Welcome back to the Sice Room, where hip hop, culture, and politics collide. We broke down a whole lot of segments that happened in the last week and the upcoming of this weekend, and I got my panelists coming to give everybody the real talk. So, in this, we got Lil Wayne album. We got more continuation of the Drake and Kendrick beef with a little bit of sauce of Pusha T and Travis Scott. We got the review of the movie Straw. How do we feel about the No Kings protest? And did we feel like Joe Biden and them set up everybody in order for all of these protests to be happening? We also got Trump, man. He's Trump mobile. He pardoned NBA young boy. He commuted Larry Hoover sentence. We also got a homegrown situation, which our good man Wale ran into it with popular streamer Kai Cenat, man. And that was a weird exchange. Welcome to the Sice Room. Appreciate y'all for having us. Let's get to it. Lil Wayne, man, he just dropped the Carter 6. He's in a whole lot of GOAT debates, and this particular drop seems like it's not taking as well as all the others. Do y'all feel like Lil Wayne still got it, or are some of us just holding on to the nostalgia of the old Wayne?
I feel like if he was going into it, like for me, when I heard the Carter 2 for the first time and I heard the mob, it was that certain feeling that I had, and all the other Carters too. But if he was going into it with that feeling, I don't think he was going to get that. I feel like it wasn't trash, it wasn't fire. I feel like it was more mid for it to be a part of the Carter collection. It should have been more in the realm of the I'm Not a Human Being in the Rebirth collection instead of a Carter.
Yeah, so Wayne will always be a goat to me. I know my generation, like we definitely grew up loving Wayne for a long time. Definitely was the feature king, all of that. As far as his new project go, I mean, I kind of feel the same as the first person who spoke. I just think, I mean, you got to be careful, like we in a new generation now, but maybe people may not understand where Wayne coming from with the things that he's saying and like maybe the direction he's trying to go in with his music. So, I mean, hey, hopefully he could do good on his next run. And that's my take.
Man, I ain't gonna say nothing bad about it or nothing, but I feel as though Enzo, like I said the last time, with this generation need, I feel like, if it ain't giving that, they ain't gonna, listen to it, whatever. But I mean, I feel as though he did what he needed to do. And, he should just, retire and then let his kids do their thing. That's my take.
I haven't heard it. It's like I kind of stopped investing after the Carter 4 had a few songs on it I fuck with, but like, I don't know. I feel like it's time for if he gonna keep making music, he needs to start calling that shit something other than the Carter. But I'm gonna check it out and then we can circle back to me later.
I haven't heard it, but I agree with a lot of the things that was said in the sense that just in a new time. And I feel like he's just going deeper into evolving into or diving deeper into who he is and who he would like to be seen as when the newer generation isn't really there. I think a lot of his supporting is from OG supporters and fans for sure. I don't think it's definitely not trending. Like we don't see it trending nowhere. So I don't know, but I haven't heard it. Don't plan on it unless it ends up trending and I randomly see it on a cooking video or something.
Oh wow, this sound very. This sound like a whole bunch of Lil Wayne disrespect going on.
Nah, let me
No
be real with you though,
disrespect.
Trey.
No
I love
disrespect,
Lil Wayne,
no
so I
shade.
really don't even want to come off like that.
I
I
used
really
to
love
like
Lil Wayne. He
Lil
shaped a
Wayne.
lot of
I
who I
just
am
couldn't
as an
grow with him.
artist. So I would never disrespect him.
No disrespect.
We can't tap into Wayne album.
I just haven't heard it yet. I'm
Nah.
gonna listen to it tomorrow while I'm on the truck. I swear to God.
You would listen. Oh, well, not me.
Wow. Is he not in the GOAT debate? Is this like altering him being in the GOAT
He
debate?
gon'
Not in
he
my
gonna
mind,
always
but
be
to
good.
me, it minded the collective. I think that people do like he's still relevant. Like I know a couple people who are real fans and supporters and that stuff, so I see he's still a thing. But for me, no. But I understand for everybody else, he's like still
So,
viewed as a
whoa,
goat.
who's in your top
I
three? Z?
appreciate him back in the day though. When
Who's
he
your top
started
three?
in
Because
Ground
Go
Rap,
Conversation is top
look,
three. Who was in your top three, Z?
as far as
Yes.
rappers
Yes.
that are alive, right?
Uh,
Yeah, well, let's do a
rappers
living.
and
Let's do a
rappers
living.
in life. Period.
Oh,
Like
and
we
life.
don't get. Yeah.
It don't matter
Wow.
if they still here or not. Their music still here.
Who you listening to?
I really love Andre 3000.
The nigga playing the flute heard you.
You,
Andre 3000
Heard you.
like my man.
you started.
Uh, who else is another rapper?
I mean, I did like him on Idlewild, you know.
I used to like Kendrick, but he just like he's in probably like the top 5 now. And
You tell me you don't even have a solid top three, and you shitting on Wayne?
because I haven't listened to his music in like over 5 years.
But this the thing though, Z.
And I don't have him
You
in any
just
of
said
my
Andre
playlists other than
3K.
his old collections. Like I don't go and
You just
stream
said
somewhere.
Andre
I don't go
3K is
looking
one of
for
your
him.
top three. That nigga
Huh?
hasn't made no. You just said Andre 3K is in your top three. That nigga ain't put out
Because
no
he's my
music
favorite. I go and
in
stream his
fucking
stuff
5
like he's
to
still putting
12
out stuff like
years.
yesterday.
And then out of
That's
nowhere,
the
he dropped the
difference.
fucking flute album. He is
I'm
yet.
not checking for Wayne
Fuck
on
is you?
music
Fuck
today.
is you
You don't
listen
have
to
to pop up
Roses,
on my
bitch?
shit.
You in there still fucking. You know what?
You
I ain't checking for him. That's why he's not in my top
She in there
3. But I
listening to
understand
fucking
for
Sorry
somebody
Miss
else.
Jackson and shit.
Michael Jackson, if he was a rapper, he
No,
would be in
I
my
said
top
Sorry
3.
Miss
Sorry, Miss
Jackson.
Jackson.
For sure.
Outcast. Outcast.
I think he would
Sorry
have went
Miss
off if he
Jackson.
was a rapper. Like if he would have just played around in a whole bunch of different, I think he would have went off.
But see, she said something pivotal though. She had said that because it wasn't trending, that wasn't something that, caught her interest. These days
Got my attention.
that stuff is about is more so about trending and who's
Mhm.
popular, who like who. I think it's like the art form is not really respected no more. But like in my eyes, Wayne will always be a GOAT. Period. Like
Period. She's one of them.
You
So,
can't take that from Wayne.
yeah.
so even though y'all didn't tap into his newest music, he's a GOAT.
I
Yeah,
just haven't had
I
time.
think he did
Honestly.
his dues for
He was
sure
doing
to be able to have a title like that for sure.
It's the same thing for me. I be at work for real. When I be at work, I be talking to my hoes and shit with my AirPods on. So
Okay.
I haven't really had the time since it came out, honestly. And then when I get home, I'm in mommy mode. So it's like I'm not about to listen to it with the baby. We ain't listening to Gracie's Corner and shit. Like,
Right. A different vibe.
Yeah, I didn't even know he was preparing to drop an album. No, that's what's so crazy. Like when people drop albums, I'm like, damn, they dropped the album. I don't know. I guess it's just not the same.
Yeah, I didn't even know he
like
dropped the album
with the
at all.
momentum of records dropping and it's I don't know. It's like if I hear something now, I just kind of hear it. But like mostly the stuff that's in my playlist
Okay.
is old stuff. So
Let me get perspective then. I need from everybody on the panelists, what artist is dropping right now today that you ain't wasting no time to go click on that album?
Beatles. Duh. I don't care.
You made it. Like, what you mean?
Like that. All right.
I'm
All
a
right.
My vote is
girl.
Bills.
Gen
I'm gonna
X.
say, honestly, the only album in the last year that I had anticipation built over was Pinky the Rapper's album.
Who?
She from here, Pinky the Rapper.
That's a
So
fire.
when
That's a
she
fire
dropped
shout out.
Overdue, you know what I'm saying? I was
I
waiting
like
on
that.
that motherfucker, like I was waiting on it, and it just so happened that she dropped that joint the day I went into labor. So like I was in the hospital cranking to that joint,
Oh,
waiting for
that's
them to call
beautiful.
me back for my little C-section and shit.
That's beautiful.
Okay,
That
Sharice, what you got?
album is gonna always be, heavy for me in the
Overdue. For everybody
sentiment.
listening on the gram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Pinky the Rapper, Overdue. Tap in. Bill's recommendation.
Absolutely.
One of her latest most anticipated albums. Not all time, but
Yeah.
the latest. So it's new music. Tap in. What you got, Sharice?
it's hard because I feel like like I said, most of the stuff I listen to now, I don't really tap into like the newer artists, like
That's what I'm
everything.
saying. The album that your least, I mean your last most anticipated album, or one artist that you know if they drop right now at midnight, if they drop at 10, you gonna be clicking on your phone trying to find it right now.
Mm,
I would never.
damn. No one comes to mind. I don't know, probably like a Nicki album or something. I mean, that's really all I can think about, only because I know she can actually rap. So I probably would look forward to a Nicki drop. But I mean, if it's a hip hop Nicki drop, then yeah. But not too many. Yeah, it's hard for me.
Who you got, Ace?
If I would have to say somebody that would drop, this might sound wild, but Kodak Black, I'll check into that. Kodak Black.
Okay. You're tap into the new yacht. Okay. What you got, Trey? Okay, Trey is
Hold on.
Ghostface Killer.
You said, nah, what you say?
I
Nah,
was gonna
repeat
pick
the
one for.
question.
I was gonna pick a nigga for you, but
Nah,
you don't
what you
want to hit
said?
my next nominee.
Oh,
Somebody right now, if they drop the album right now today, you stopping everything to go to tap in, or what album or artist as of
look,
late you anticipated that album the most?
I ain't gonna hold you. I'm gonna throw everybody off with this one. Soon as Valo drop, I'm listening to it. I ain't gonna cap.
Who?
Rollo?
Valo Rodriguez.
Oh,
I ain't gonna
Rodriguez.
hold
I
you.
thought you were talking about the other Rollo.
Shut up on your
FanDuel.
7
Okay, Rollo. Okay. Why you gonna throw niggas off? He a young rapper. Like, we can tap into that. Who you got, Z?
I think I would have to say hands down is Lauren Hill. I would go crazy if she dropped.
Absolutely.
That ain't a bad pick. I ain't gonna lie. I think I would
Absolutely.
stop the world. I would stop the world for that one right now.
Yeah.
I would
No,
stop whatever I was
whoa.
doing
No, I
for
would
that
not.
album. Yes, I would.
Yes, I
I
would. Yes, I
would.
would. I
Whatever
can't say
I'm
I
doing.
like it. My bad. I can't say I like it,
Whatever
but I
I
will
was
listen.
doing.
Yeah.
Z,
Yeah, but I will listen.
you know what,
I'm
Z?
with you, Z. That was a good one.
That was the best one right
That
there.
was good.
Yeah. She's
I
I
been
think
my
love
that,
it.
favorite since I was like 2. Like I have videos of me singing her songs. Like if she drop an album, I would go crazy.
yeah, she dropped today.
Right
If the gram of everybody in the world said Lauren Hill just dropped, yeah, I think I'll tap into it.
I'll go crazy. I'll stream it. I don't even be on social media like that. I'm gonna go crazy singing the songs. Like I'm gonna go berserk for a second. You go
Okay,
see a whole bunch of me and hear a whole bunch of her.
Yeah, that's a good one. And it's actually a great segue with albums like Kendrick and Drake having their feud. We're gonna go on to the next one. It's Travis Scott playing both sides. So Pusha T called out Travis Scott for staying neutral in the Kendrick and Drake beat. After Travis seen hyping up Kendrick's set and wrote aloud, is he moving smart or is he being shady, y'all? Like, is this a strategic move from Travis playing both sides, trying to protect his brand? Or when it comes to rap, hip hop, beefs, and all of these things, these niggas gotta choose sides. Well, you know how to fuck a flow up, don't you?
Hi. Hi, it's me again. Um, so I just feel like, nigga, your beef is yours. Especially when you talking about rap beef. Like, fuck y'all wanted the nigga to make a diss track too? Like, oh, you dissed my friend. Let me get in this beef. Let me throw a verse on your diss track. Like, rap beefs are superficial. You know what I'm saying? They for the moment. Sometimes they result in fisticuffs. Sometimes they result in more. But for the most part, they're superficial. So it's just like, if I was Travis, I don't think I would have been that invested in that shit either. That's my take.
I mean, I think Travis is moving how he want to move. He probably don't got a problem with neither one of them. And I hate when people always try to make people choose sides and stuff like that. Like Bill said, like that's not his beef. It don't got nothing to do with him. So, I mean, I think he could like Kendrick and like Drake. So, I mean, I think he moving smart when it's all said and done. I mean, I think has he? I don't know if he's worked with both of them or not. I know he's worked with Drake for sure. I don't know if he's worked with Kendrick, but I don't think it's nothing wrong with liking both people. You know what I'm saying? Just, it don't have nothing to do with him. So that's my take.
Y'all see, for Travis, that is good that he's protecting his brand, not getting involved with it, because at the end of the day, it is business. So he shouldn't get in their personal standpoints and their viewpoints. He should just keep doing what he's doing. That's my take on that.
Sorry. I think I agree with what's been said. I do think it's like a good idea to just kind of stay out of it as far as like rap beefs going on, unless it's like something that's like personally attacking you. It is business. Let them carry on how they like. It's just like a. I think of a rap beef like a street fight. Like if somebody's fighting, you don't jump in unless you actually have to, whether it's just your people or not. You let them hash it out, and may the best man win. So that's how I feel. So I don't see a problem with that. I don't think he's playing both sides. I would stay out of it too.
Yeah, it's just like I feel like, everybody evokes different emotions from people. You know what I'm saying? So what somebody does to me doesn't mean they're gonna do that to you necessarily. But it's like I feel very strongly in letting people determine on their own accords if they want to have relationships with people outside of myself and shit. So it's like when I stop being friends with somebody or I stop dealing with a person, I don't be expecting the motherfuckers around me to just be like, oh, well, fuck that nigga then. Like, oh, fuck that bitch. Like, if I see my friend hanging out with the bitch I hate, I'm not gonna be like, oh, you fake as shit for hanging with that bitch.
Right?
Like,
Me neither. You better hope you don't get
our time is
burned.
our time. Just don't bring that bitch around me, and
And
you better
that's
not let
it.
that bitch kiki about me in front of you. It's simple.
And that's
But
it.
It is. It's about maturity.
That's
Like,
it.
what the
Be
hell?
mature about it. Let them hash it
You
out.
gotta
I,
stop doing
I,
that. Putting that on
hey,
people.
respectfully, I have some great points, but I think you niggas is wild as shit. Are you tripping? This nigga, we putting this nigga Trav over the balcony, bro. Ain't no look, ain't I on a
by the
in a mute
ankles.
in a music standpoint. That nigga Drake done put all them hoe ass niggas on. This nigga catching this low ass flame. Nigga, I done had a flame for 10 years plus. This nigga catch this low ass flame. You niggas hopping ship. That nigga's a hoe. Ain't no nigga calling me no pedophile in music in no type of form, and you niggas is co-signing anything they doing. But you niggas is over there. Like you
This is
tripping.
the thing, though.
Oh, I
This is
didn't know
the
the
thing.
details about what was
This is
discussed.
the thing.
I still
Minor?
stand
You
on
didn't
what
know what the bar minor meant?
You don't know what
I don't know
Like a
if
what
we're
chord?
Kendrick
talking
I
about.
said.
I was
still
just
stand on what I
And
said.
generalizing.
that's he's talking about the Kendrick and Drake beef, basically. So the thing about that is, like, Drake, you have done some questionable
Let me try this.
things with some underage Caucasian women. So I'm not gonna sit here and be like, you know, Drake didn't do it. Now, these bitches were all allegedly 16 and over. So
I mean, it's
they're
all
gonna have the
speculative,
state
man.
of mind situation. It's gonna be tricky and it's all speculative to a certain point, but we're just gonna see how that unfolds, you
Like
know?
we said, do they got do Trav and Kendrick even got records together?
I don't know. I don't think
See, that's what I'm
so.
saying. Business, okay.
Niggas be
I hate
innocent till proven guilty.
I hate the nigga Coca that own Coca Cola, or I hate an artist or something. Boom, boom, and y'all got a hot ass record. Okay, that's a different story. But you ain't even got no motion over there. You trying? Nah, I don't know about that, shawty. I
But
don't know, y'all.
if it's
Mature.
business, though,
Somebody that's my folks hanging with somebody I hate.
Honestly, it's happened like that. You just hope that they don't like. That's happened to me where I've literally seen that, and I did not care because my thing is, she just was the bitch wasn't my cup of tea. We had a problem, but you might not have no problems. Hopefully, you don't. And that's just how I feel about stuff like that. Like, you might have your issues or whatever. Might have been wrong place, wrong time. People don't mesh. Everybody's not meant to be like this. Like, it's a whole bunch of elements to it, and I can give a fuck at the end of the day. So as long
You
as I
can't be
don't get mixed
chilly
up
and
in no madness, I don't give a fuck what you do. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
And if it's too much, I guess we won't be friends either.
that's my point. If I don't give a fuck about what you do, we clearly ain't that cool. So that's what I'm
I
saying. I
don't
don't
give a
want to.
fuck in general. Like, if people like, I don't give a fuck about in general. Like, I be in my own world, in my own realm, working on what I'm doing. Yes, what I'm doing is for community focus, collective. But when I'm in personal people's lives and keeping up with stuff and da 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 da, I don't give a fuck. I'm a single
This
mother with 2 children, and I have a whole bunch of stuff that I'm trying to do on top of that. Build, be an entrepreneur, have a couple businesses. I'm trying to build a couple brands right now. I could give a fuck about
see that
who the
look
next person is
to
talking
your point,
about
Z. Right.
or two.
Well, look. With all of that being said, right,
I don't care.
the people that you made do all of the grinding you doing, right? And staying to yourself and solo art. The people that you may most likely that you are going to slip up and give access to are going to be people that you consider what? That's not family.
My family has been the ones
Friends.
who's crossed me,
Your
so it's just
friends and your homies. So when you got all of that going on, and then you have a friend or a homie that you know you're gonna give access to because they're your friend and your homie, and they're dealing with people that you even more than not give access to, you ain't these
and
people
that's
trying to
even
bring you
limited
down.
access. You got to be mindful. Like my thing is too, like I don't give a
That's
fuck too,
cool.
because I treat people accordingly. I can give a fuck what title you have. If you don't hold a certain kind of space, if we don't have a rapport where I could trust you or trust who you be around will be in support of what I have going on, I wouldn't tell you certain things. We're not gonna talk about certain stuff. Yeah, we cool. You may not like, but the things that we talk about might shift. Like I just don't. Like you just gotta be mindful and be mature about it. I don't think it's really a big deal.
So the relationship gonna shift.
The relationship shift, the time shift, season shift,
Okay,
the
am I
everything.
crazy because I believe that those are saying two different things?
Wait, what?
Saying I don't care and saying that I'm going to shift the relationship. I mean, I'm going to care
I
enough to
don't.
shift the relationship.
That's mindfulness. That's not caring. That's just mindfulness. I'm a mindful, don't give a fuck type of person. I'm a like Cancer with Gemini cuspers, so like I have split personalities anyway, so it
You
makes
know, I
sense
ain't
to
gonna
me.
lie, y'all know me enough. You start going to astrology, it's shit
Well,
over
let
my
me just tell
head.
you this. I've
Oh,
been
hey.
known to
Unicorns, and
have two different
unicorns and
personalities, and they
dragons.
work together very well. They could be in the same space, same seat, same everything. You look, we work together very well. So I don't know.
General consensus from the panel that
I
no
don't
big
know.
deal, man. Let that nigga do what he do for his brand. You know,
I'm good.
maybe the friendship wasn't that important. I could
Not
take
at all.
That's dope. Okay, more to something that's touch a little bit more local, but also in the same stratosphere. Kai Cenat, one of the biggest streamers in the game, didn't recognize DC's own Wale or my bad, my bad. Sice Room, we in the trenches with it. Kai Cenat, man, one of the biggest streamers in the world, man. He didn't recognize DC's own Wale while at the BT Awards streaming. Everything was caught on live. He had an interaction with Wale in the garage, then realized while he was in the black truck that he didn't know who Wale was, but his chat did. Wild think security or somebody else tried to relay it to him. But later on at the awards, Wale approached Kai, kind of trying to press him by letting him know that he felt like Kai made him look wild on stream. How do y'all feel about that situation, man? Kai was justified not knowing him, while Lay was justified by pressing the young streamer out because he did try to make him look wild because they had previous encounters before. How do y'all feel about this particular situation?
I feel like I don't think that Kai Cenat did that with disrespect for starters. I just think he's just a young man who is familiar with the people in his timeline. Like if we look at everybody, even in Streamers University, they are nowhere near Wale's age group. They probably would not listen to Wale. They listen to a lot of TikTok bops. So it's just like I don't know. I don't think he may have been aware. And like he's in a stature too in his own realm where he's like quote unquote popping and known or whatever. So like he's bumping shoulders with a lot of people. So to know everyone is like far fetched. So I just think he just needs to be mindful. He's young. He doesn't know. If anything, let him know and try to, shit, let him know who he is. If you bothered, make your presence known, but don't be mad at someone not knowing who you are because you feel like you should be known.
Watch the video and kind of figure out what was taking place. I do find it interesting that Kai Cenat's whole chat knew who he was and Kai Cenat wasn't aware who he was. I did find that very interesting. And then, I mean, obviously they played football or something together. But I mean, at his age, I mean, they say he like 22 or something like that. So, I mean, I wouldn't expect him to necessarily know who he is unless he's into that kind of thing. Like to me, Wale is not like on the list of greats like a Michael Jackson or something or a Snoop Dogg or anything like that, to where this younger generation will really know of who he is. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think that his ego should have been bruised by that. But I mean, it don't surprise me that he ain't know, but I was surprised that his whole chat knew. So I don't know. I'm surprised the Africans ain't know each other. But go off. That's my take.
Yeah, because when Wale first dropped, it was like his first hit was like 2005, so Kai had to be like 11. So I feel like for somebody to remember you for that long, he would have to have an impact. Or like me when I was 11, like Ludacris, Nelly, Lil Wayne, people like that. You gotta have like an impact for somebody when you came out when they was young, for them to remember you when they like 22. And even though they did play football with each other, like how long did that event happen? All the other events that Kai has been like doing and all the other stuff that he's been doing, that probably slipped his mind. Being that Wale probably didn't have an impact with his music on Kai, and that's my take.
Yeah, Kai's particular profession, he meets so many people and interact with so many people that if you're not like a head, like headline, not as far as like at stadiums, but like a headline, Breakfast Club, Shade Room, like just drama, gossipy type of artist. Like he probably know who Ray J is, and Ray J ain't dropped nowhere near hit like Wale.
He's been
You know what I'm
trying.
saying? But Ray J, Soldier Boys, like certain people know how to stay. When you say Ludacris, yeah, but Ludacris was in the Fast and the Furiouses. Like he's staying in a certain type of loop that's in our face that make us be like, who is this guy? Oh, we'd be like, oh yeah, he's an old rapper from back in the day. Or they didn't know he's Ludacris, but they don't know the records like we do.
Mm-hmm.
Even if we don't listen to him. And Wale records, I don't think they're great records, but I don't think they transcended to young people like him. Like
No.
to where the youngin is still there. He's playing Lotus Five Bomb. He probably like he played it like, oh yeah, I know that song is a banger. Like yeah, you know the song, but you don't know who making it. You know what I'm saying? So even like us, for example, we know a bunch of songs that we don't know. So many different groups made these songs. Niggas think the Ozzy brothers made all of them. They don't know. They think the OJs made all of them. The Temptations made all of them. If you ain't the OJs, the Temptations, the Ozzy brothers, some niggas don't even know all these, all of the other groups and other artists. Like the white dude, dang, what's his name? He got hits. He got a band. He got like some of our greatest hits. We don't even know was made by a white man in a band.
Ooh, I'm curious.
Y'all, because I'll tell y'all.
Who white boy you talking?
Oh, y'all, it's tripping.
I know you talking about too, bro.
Oh my god.
Okay, the only ones that I could think of off the top of my R&B type of vibe before I start blurting stuff out. Was he popping like the 2000s? Early 2000s?
I'm talking about 60s and shit.
60s?
Yeah.
Let me know that.
I don't know. It was his ego. He probably was a little bit. He probably felt like he looked a little bit crazy on the stream and all that. But I mean, god damn, Wale, shit, it is not that big of a deal. That boy ain't who you was. It just
that shit really
should
stumped
do
up
is
my
get on
area.
his street.
A lot of ego.
What the heck?
Yeah.
Be relevant now. Jump on. Say, I'm gonna teach you a thing or two.
Yeah, they
Wale was always butthurt in his interviews and shit on, making sure he let everybody know he's not getting fair treatment and niggas forget he was in a little argument for a minute with the J. Cole's, the Drakes. They had
really?
Wale name up there. They had Wale name up there for a little minute.
Oh wow.
But the nigga too emotional.
I was about to say
Apparently.
He's just too emotional. And
because it is never that serious. Let a nigga know.
And not to go too deep, y'all, but just to be 100, I think it's something that a nigga like Wale just doesn't understand. That and I hate to talk like this because then I sound like one of them niggas. Black men, they do not give a fuck about your feelings, brother. You better figure out a way on your own to motherfucking deal with your stress and your trauma, bro, because they don't care, bro. And Wale been giving niggas cries for help for so long, and y'all know what we call that nigga? Emotional, but hurt. You know what I'm saying? And I'm
Kai
not saying this
Cenat is
particular
not the one to
situation.
have that with. Like my thing
No,
is,
I'm not saying
he
this
knows who
situation
Kai
is
Cenat
violent.
is. Kai Cenat doesn't know who he is. And if he knew who, if he sees like how Kai Cenat is, Kai Cenat would put somebody on for real. He is like a humble young man. He's honestly like respectable and young, especially for his age. Like that boy is doing some things. So like my thing is like if he doesn't know you, approach this young man properly, especially as
All right,
the
no, no,
OG.
no.
You supposed to be somebody who's supposed to be known. Act like it. You acting like you're not holding no weight for it.
Now, this is a good debate that I would want to understand from y'all, right? Kai's doing some good things, right? What are those good things? Because look, no disrespect, because I rock with Kai. You know what I'm saying? I like his content. I think some of it's cool because I got on late like everybody else does. Like once he's Kai. Well, I ain't gonna say late. I've been seeing him since he was doing them little fake radio shows where he was pranking the artists and shit. So that was kind of a little bit before the streams. So I kind of was hip to him, but I never knew he was gonna be this, right? When we say good things, I'm not gonna say charity not good, I'm not da da da. But I'm just saying Wale has really made some very beautiful hit records. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying Kai haven't gave out PlayStations or did a bunch of like monumental give back shit, right? But if I was to ask you, what is Kai's talent though? What are we actually buying into? Not no before he has the likeness. Because once you have the likeness, all you have to do is be a good person and say, hey guys, I'm gonna use this money with my influence and give shoes, PlayStations, whatever the fuck. Once you get the influence, it's easy to get back, right? But before the influence, I'm just asking you guys, what is Kai's actual talent in comparison to Wale's?
I don't think there's a comparison in that realm.
So what's his talent?
I think like for him, I'm not a supporter of Kai
What talent does
Cenat.
Kai have?
I know all the stuff that I said. It probably sounds like I'm a supporter, but I'm not. I don't like this whole streaming situation. I don't like all of the I don't like this. But the concept for the people who do appreciate it, I do appreciate that he's giving them a platform. He's giving them an opportunity to take advantage of what he has access to, his platform, his reach, his pool, what he knows, people that he knows. And then also giving them like when I've watched a couple of the streamers university little things, and he'll like be a sound voice to the other his peers, and most of them are older than him, and he's really like, honestly, these people, this is stuff that their parents should have put them up on game on. So I think that also like if young people could take after what he's really trying to put down in that streamers university, they could be well-rounded individuals that are creating content that could be of use and of substance, and then not be a nuisance. There's a lot of people who get trending off of being a nuisance. So
he a nuisance.
He was a nuisance. I had to go back and look. I didn't really know about him until Streamers Universe. Well, I kept hearing his name.
Rock with Kai, guys.
Look into nothing.
Let's hone in, Z. Where's the talent?
I feel like he doesn't have a talent.
I
just feel like he could grab your attention.
It's likability.
Yeah. He can just grab your attention and keep it for a long time.
Talent is his likability.
You know what I'm saying? So he's
he's great at small talk. He's like the master of small talk.
If you think about it in a sense, with streaming, he has a talent with streaming. You know what I'm saying? If that's around, because he's able to grab your attention for a long enough time to keep getting subscribers and keep getting viewers, you know, and that's the name of the game with streaming. So that could be considered a talent, but comparing it to Wale, that's not really like a talent. You know what I'm saying? Like writing music, composing songs is way more mental than streaming. You know what I'm saying? Grabbing somebody's attention. You know what I'm saying? You could do young shit.
People get married to Wale's song.
Attention.
All I've seen him do is play games, like on his little stream, or you know, he gives his little opinion. That's no different from what we sit up here and do, give our opinion. You know, I just think that he has. I mean, when I saw the video of what happened in New York City when he came there, all those people came out there. I do think that there is some type of likability, but I don't think that it's it should be defined as talent. Like that's not talent sitting around and playing the game and talking shit. That's not, I mean, just my opinion. It's not a talent to me. But I do think the ability to be able to bring people in to like you and care about you, that could be looked at as maybe influence, if you will, but not talent. I think that's different.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm
I
about
agree.
my son woke up again. I will return if he goes back to sleep. But yeah, give me a second.
We got you, gang. So not to back Wale's emotional rant or press of that little kid, but it is to it may not look so crazy because his talent or his niche per se is influence. In those streams, they used to like fireworks and houses, and I got love for Kai, but as much as them positive things that he be doing, like it's a lot of negative effects to those as well. A lot of us have children, guys. I don't think none of us want our children to spend 10 out of 24 hours of the day sitting in front of a computer, talking to a computer, because a lot of those interactions, they're not interacting with actual people. They're talking to the chat. Like they're mastering talking to themselves. You know what I'm saying? And I think it builds a very dangerous main character syndrome that a lot of us already struggle with in our culture. We're not in unity, and I don't agree with Wale's, press out, but Kai does have a certain sense of, what I'm saying, knowing what he's doing.
Okay. I think I
And
agree
no,
with what you say.
but
I
Yeah.
said.
no, I don't expect Kai to know everybody either. I expect him to know who we want to know. I expect him to know who's in his realm. I expect him to know
Well,
whoever's popping, who he got to get on stream next, who he got, business partners he dealing with, companies. It's a whole lot that young boy does. Because majority of his life is on stream. So can y'all imagine that majority of his life is doing this right here?
Yeah.
So as soon as the lights cut off, he has to sleep, right? But when he's not asleep and these stream lights is off, can you imagine how many text messages, phone calls, business meetings, personal conversation? Like everybody and their mama wanna put a seed into him before the lights cut back on. You know what I'm saying? So that's a lot to fucking deal with at that very, very young age. So I
agreed.
think that might be a talent because to y'all point, I think that characteristic, what I do give him, boy, with all of that, he is one of the best personalities we've seen in a long time. Someone handle this weight under the light. It's like that Jim Curry show. I'm
Mhm.
telling you, Jim Curry. What's that shit called? You ever seen that movie? Um, Jim
You talking
Curry.
about the Truman Show?
Truman Show. These niggas predicted this shit, bro. You feel me? That's what streaming is becoming. 24-hour access to your life. There's no
Yeah.
privacy. I don't know how comfortable I want to get promoting us being on camera 24 hours and allowing our whole lives to be 24-hour access.
Yeah. I do
So
like the Streamers University though. I do think it was a brilliant idea. I just think that, I mean, if since we're talking about him, I think the only thing that I had a problem with is that it was a lot of people that were making comments that the names that were there were people who were already known. I think that if it was put in, if it was a platform to put people who may not be as well known in position, then I could respect it a little bit more instead of putting names out there who already kind of is out there and got a following and stuff. But kind of give those underdogs a little bit of a chance to shine. But I mean, if he continues to branch off his brand that way, I think he's going to be around for a long time doing what he's doing.
you tapped into it a little bit when it happened.
Tiny bit of it. I ain't gonna lie. It was
See,
all over my game with your calm. So
that's
I
what I'm
was.
saying. I don't see how people have that perspective. Because I got tapped into a whole bunch of these young streamers that I would have never knew in my life. And
I
I
still
feel
didn't know
like
most of them, but they had a
like
following already. They had like 200,000 followers or whatever. I was about the people who make got like 15K and less. Like
yeah,
those.
but you got to set the building blocks. Because what I feel like what we know about our culture for sure, we don't want it unless everybody that somebody wanted and got. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So if he would have had a whole bunch of 15K people in the whole streaming university, you know what everybody would have been talking about? That ain't where all his friends at, where everybody at. Oh, they not rocking with him. They not coming to the joint. Nobody would have been tapped into that shit. You have to feed them the medicine and the candy. You have to
But
feed
he
them
had a
the popping
bunch of
people
people
and then
there
let
though.
gradually,
The
because some a lot of shit that I
capacity.
was watching, they wasn't even wanting to do the classes. Um, and that showed me how dangerous streaming is, that everything is gotcha, gotcha, gotcha moments. So a lot of them wasn't staying true to what their origin was and their niche was. A lot of them was trying to tap into all of the wow, crazy stuff that's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I feel like, dang, I feel like that swarm is a little crazy. I feel like his little man, the little young boy, I feel like he shouldn't have let no like 16-year-olds in. He shouldn't have let them. This is
Yeah.
streaming university. If you're not 18 and older, they can't go to college. You shouldn't have been there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. But
I think that was his biggest mistake.
I feel you though. But I think that the people that he had in terms of the people who were supposed to be teaching the classes, like they were super high on like that profile list of people that are well known. The DDG guy and Duke Dennis, all of these guys, like they're super well known. And I think that, if we're talking about building people up, then that needs to be, I mean, for me, just my personal opinion, that could have been a space for where people, like I said, could evolve and learn those tips. And a lot of people don't have that same access as some of these people who are more well known and more well versed into it. Like, I'm not saying that it had to be completely like that, but I mean,
Yeah.
just a little bit room for those who want to try to grow their program or they stuff. He could pop in on the stream. That's gonna be like 10,000 people right there. All he gotta do is pop in there,
Yeah.
So that's
And
all I'm
now
saying. You want
he
to make
did.
sure you're creating opportunities and not giving the same people opportunities over and over again.
But
That's
no,
all.
he was saying like letting DDG, Funny Mike, all of them, like even though Funny Mike was in the class and shit, the other people like what's her name? Not Phantom, Agent, like they was all teaching like what they know and what they learned. So it's like, yeah, it was good for him to have them certain type of, influencers, at the streaming university, because at the same time, say he did, didn't want DDG, didn't want Funny Mike, didn't want nobody, just strictly all new up and coming streamers. That was gonna be stressful in itself, because then he gotta find who gonna teach this, who gonna teach. He can't go
No,
to every
that's
class.
not what I meant.
No, no, no. She don't
Nah,
mean the teachers.
No,
She talking about
not
the
the teachers.
students.
I'm talking about the students.
But see, I
he
have
want,
a pushback. I
but
got a pushback for that, Sharice. You got a pushback for that, Trey?
nah. All right, look, look,
Like
look.
the
All right,
teachers
so
is
look.
cool.
Nah,
They cool.
the teacher is cool, but at the same time, you gotta think about it. Some people that was on that streamer university, we don't know. We know certain ones, but we don't know every single body. You get what I'm saying? So it's like it was new people there that we didn't know, but even though they up, we don't know them until they get that shine, get that spotlight. That's what they got. So now we know them, but now him trying to probably do it again, it should be a little different, and then he should go about it a different type of way and have it structured more. Cause they was having fun mainly. You seen the stream, like they was having fun mainly than really working for real. But that was his first time. Everybody got get the first the first time jitters off, and then next thing you know, the second one might be better than the first one. You just never know. But you gotta give him credit. He's young doing that. It should be older ones trying to do that to teach the young ones how to stay out the
For
streets.
sure.
But you
To
know,
your
That's why
point,
I said it was a brilliant idea
the young boy made him look bad. I'm gonna be honest. Like to your point, Sharice, about
being
putting on
bad.
somebody that you already put on and already got the following. He could have set that out. But to like your point to Talil's, the funny Mikes, can't say DDG because he actually was a teacher, but I feel like those they have to be implemented in the crew because I know from experience, like with the cipher, I have to get credible people from the city that are rappers so they can see the other rappers as well. Because that's just the name of the game. Like people just don't care. So you have to give them somebody that they do care about, and then put all the other people in the surrounding. So we put the medicine in the candy, and also they have to see the Talils, the guys that has that. They have to see them on that. Not be a teacher, not none of the teachers. Even though they had that access with the teachers, they have to also see them go through the process they going through on the level that they on, so they could learn on a 24-hour segment. It's like trying to come in early in practice and you see Kobe already there. It's like, damn, okay, I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I think it was smart for him to implement some of his friends that's on a different level because they want to know those people too, though. These people, everybody smell that stuff. They don't really want to be roommates. All of them don't want to be roommates with the other 15K Twitcher. You know what I'm saying? They want to be, and you gotta play this popularity game because that's what this shit is nowadays.
Yeah, and I think that's why I always be on like the kind of, it'll always be like a teeter totter for me, like, because I do want to see the underdog win. I'm just that type of person. Like, I want to see people who don't get that opportunity that often to get that opportunity to shine because everybody deserves that if they want it. So I don't know. I think it was still a brilliant, brilliant idea for sure. So I mean, I think that, like I said, if he branch off his stuff like that and he keep doing that, he gonna be all right. I think he'll be in the entertainment industry for a very long time. So
For sure.
hey,
Sharice definitely,
hey y'all.
Sharice is definitely fan favorite. Now, upcoming, man, from all my political heads, we got the bipartisan breakdown, man, where we talk about a Democratic and a Republican focus. We got the LA protests broke out and undocumented immigrants claimed that the Democratic Party offered false hope only to leave them vulnerable to the ICE raids and deportations. Was this strategic neglect or was it a party failure? Did Biden's party fail the immigrant community or was this crisis mishandled from the start?
I would have to say that the crisis was mishandled from the start because they was giving the immigrants false hope. It's basically the whole policy was to bring them in because most of them was seeking asylum. And when you seek asylum, when you coming in, they basically had this process of you becoming a United States citizen. And in that process, they're basically taking a nationality away from the people and giving them United States citizenship, basically giving them a straw man. So I just feel like they were just using them as collateral. They knew that the policies wasn't going to stick through once the Republicans took back over, I feel like. And they could have had better ways of doing things, like instead of having a process of them becoming a United States citizen, they could have just gave them work visas and green cards. You know what I'm saying? So they could still keep their national standing in law. And that's my take on that. Unless I could still talk about the protests too, but I don't know.
Man, see, I always felt strongly about this, like, for a long time. You know what I'm saying? As far as allowing people to come into this country willy nilly, undocumented, I never agreed with that at all. And I felt like that was something that always needed to take a precedence in terms of controlling it and making sure that people are going about doing this the right way. The Democrat Party, to me, in my opinion, just opened up the floodgates and just let people in. So it's like when the Republicans took office again, I mean, it's Trump pretty much made it clear what he was going to do, and it was going to be some deportation issues that was going to be taking place. Now, as far as the riots is concerned, I mean, I'm just glad that so-called black folks is sitting it out. That's what I'm glad about. I just think that's their fight. If they feel like it is a fight that they have and they need to deal with that accordingly, I don't think that we need to involve ourselves in that. So, as far as the Democrats go, like, them doing that to me was out of line because even like they were able to come, they were able to get benefits, a lot of benefits quicker than people who's been here their whole life. And I'll never ever agree with people being put over the American people. So, I mean, they should have known what was going to happen. Maybe they didn't think that the Republicans would take the office back, and that's probably why they let all these people in, thinking that they'd get another 8 years in office. So it is what it is. That's my take.
I just have to say, like, if I could literally verbatim say what Cherie said, I definitely would. I 100% agree from start to finish, top to bottom. And I truly do feel like it has been something that I have been concerned about for years, genuinely. Prior to all of this happening, like it's just like it's always a lot going on, and we already have a lot within our own documented citizens, so we just have to be mindful because it comes with a lot. But I do understand like families were made and stuff, but just and things were established. I do feel for the situation, so I do want to show empathy overall. But I do truly believe another thing that Trump was very clear about what he was interested in taking a second look into. So, and I feel like a lot of people who did vote for him were within those groups. You've seen signs in my city. I'm in California, and I seen so many signs at shops: vote for Trump, American flags, all kinds of stuff. Those shops are closed now. So it's very sad to see all of this, but it was very much clear about, and we just have to be mindful. But it's just like a opener for everyone. You just have to be on your P's and Q's. Like, this is not a joke. This is not a game. This man came with vengeance. And then I'm glad that the black community is sitting this one out a little bit more, because another thing, like when we have our situations going on, we are standing side by side by ourselves to the neck for a while until anyone is there to help. And it's just kind of just to piggyback through conversation, honestly, um, not through actions. So I just feel like that has to be spoken about as well. Like, we still have a lot of stuff to still talk about. So it's just like, it's kind of hard to fight for someone else when we still have a lot of issues to still address. So that is my take, but I agree with everything Sheree said. I just wanted to add a little 2 cents.
Speaking on this is basically it's just plain and simple. When Trump say what he gonna do, believe it. And now it's like it. You just gotta be woke now when it comes to certain stuff like this. Like, you just gotta be woke and just know, this world is a evil place. So it's like right now, with him being in office, you just never expect. I mean, never know what can happen. You see, this hit him out of nowhere, and now it's affecting them. But they saying us to help them. How can we help somebody that won't help us, that don't even like us? So, you know. So it's like at the end of the day, we gotta protect our own before we protect another race. Because there's another race gonna protect us. You know, that's my take.
Clock that T.
What was your take? What was your take on the protest, Ace?
Uh, as far as protests in general, like anytime there is a protest, because under the Patriot Act, anytime there's like any damage or any like commotion, everybody at the protest is going to be considered domestic terrorists. So it is a good thing that people are sitting out of this and not joining it, because anytime there's any type of violence or destruction, the Patriot Act automatically kicks in. But I also feel that Obama, when he had his chance in 2015, 2015, when he revised it, that he could have had distinguished between peaceful protests and nonviolent activism, between domestic terrorism, because the way they have it set up in a section 802 is that it's hard to tell the difference between the two. So as soon as some destruction happens, so say there is a peaceful protest, but someone infiltrates that protest and starts a fire, you know what I'm saying, starts looting, then it brings the Patriot Act into effect. So protesting isn't really a good idea. I feel like it should be more people going into city council meetings, signing petitions, and starting nonprofit organizations to help combat, you know what I'm saying, whatever the issue is at hand. Because the way they set the laws up, it makes it hard for people to like go against the government, or you're going to be considered a domestic terrorist. So I feel like people have to get more privy of the law before we just go out to the streets, you know. Because if everybody that's at the protest signs a petition and everybody that signs that petition put up, they could have the meeting inside of a building. You know what I'm saying? They put it under 5013C, make it a religious, so the government can't intervene. You know what I'm saying? Because then that way lawsuits could be filed and stuff. But if you're just going out there all willy nilly, then you put yourself under that category.
That was deep. I like to hear the details behind it. When I just seen like the whole National Guard and just all kinds of like how, and then ICE coming out, like how strong they were coming out, it was already clear like they're handling business and get out their way type vibes. Like, what the heck? And I also feel like when you were saying that, I'm thinking like within the Black community, if we were to go out, especially the young ones, they're gonna come out acting a fool, they're gonna take it as an opportunity to do some wild stuff. They're not here for the peaceful protest anyways, so it's like gonna get a little rowdy at some point. So it's just like it's best to not. That's good.
Yeah.
I like those points.
Because
Did you do that? Okay, so I have a question. Did you do your research for this specific thing, or have you been like looking into
Now
this?
I've been like looking into it since like the Black Lives Matter protests, because like
Okay.
the violence that was happening towards the protesters, I was wondering like, why is this happening? You know, so I dug a little bit deeper and got into the legal side of it, and it's the Patriot Act. You know, so
yeah, you could definitely organize protests and all of that stuff. People just like you said, they don't look into it as deeply as they should and try to do it properly. But see, my problem with the protest that's going on out there in LA, and I hope that you out there safe, Z,
yeah, for
is
sure.
that they are, they're waving the Mexican flag, but they want to stay here. Then you're destroying the city. So it's kind of like, how am I supposed to feel about, you said you want to be here, then curry it like you want to be here. Don't curry it like you don't want to be here, like you got a right to be here because you just don't. This ain't your land anyway.
Yeah, they said so far it's like 20 million in damage. You know what I'm saying? Just from like the protests. So
yeah, that's wild.
That is wild.
That actually looks like domestic terrorism.
yeah, and it specifically says in the definition, like it says any act that endangers human life or the intent to influence government policy by intimidation or coercion. So like once you start breaking windows and start looting, that's considered intimidation and coercion. So if it's like a peaceful, like that's the thing about it. I feel like Obama could have did a better job when he was in office, because like the most protests happened when he was in office, and he had the chance to like change that for people. So people can like go out on the streets and like use their First Amendment right without being attacked. You feel me? So
legitimately, you know what I'm saying?
But like what they doing right now, like flying the flag of like another country is y'all like, that's y'all like, wow. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No,
out.
why you destroying property? That's wild.
Because a lot of the arguments is they are refugees. They are but they got Stockholm syndrome or something. Like,
refugees, they are not that. I mean, maybe more so asylum seeking, perhaps, but refugees, no. They opened up the damn borders and they came flooding on through. That's what happened.
I just don't think it's fair. Throughout my whole life, I know we all know the Black struggle, so like I know how that goes, and to see the Mexican people, and not even Mexican people, just people of other races, be able to come into the country and be able to set up a life and be living it well off and comfortable, be able to come here, and we are still not able to make that make sense generation after generation, is very disheartening to me.
But ICE is deporting everybody, not just Mexicans.
And that's what I'm saying.
You got Jamaicans too, yeah.
And that's another thing. People were voting for him and didn't realize that they had people, like they were thinking in their head, they're only thinking about the Mexican people, but they're not understanding as a conglomerate. You also have your grandma and your so and so and da 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 that is here, that are not supposed to actually be here, but you have the means to care for them where they don't have to find a way by themselves. So it's just like they have to be mindful of that, but it's still disheartening to see. And it's just like, again, we have a lot of people here who have been here who still need to be taken care of properly.
So the brown people are not our brothers and sisters?
They are though, and that's like, I'm like, the right way if they could come in, but it's just like they have a lot of benefits on top of it. They have like, they get checks regularly. They get a lot of benefits. They have places that support them with starting up businesses, getting new places to stay, all kinds of support systems to help them to get in here and get established and set up. And we stay here and we can't go anywhere. We get the runaround to go through a rat race, not to grow and elevate outside of this. They get more opportunities, is what I'm saying. So yeah, I'm not mad at them. I just feel like while we are being mindful of fighting for their struggle, we have to fight for ours. We want equal rights like them. Like while we fight for, if we fight for y'all, are y'all gonna fight for us so we can have equal rights? The checks y'all getting, can we get them too? You gonna share your check with us? You gonna share your resources with us? You gonna like make sure it makes sense, because they do disrespect us. That's another thing. They look down at us. In these shops, in these stores, they look down at us and they support their own. They don't have
now,
us.
can I ask y'all questions? They
don't have us in these establishments. They get their people, and I love that for them. But we need to get our people too.
What is
I'm getting worked up. I'm a black. I'm a humanitarian, but I am a black woman in America.
Now we speak about the brown people. All right, let's just say the brown people specific. I hate to say colors, but
I hate
Asians.
That's what it is.
I don't really know if the Asians are getting.
That's what it's boiling down to.
Mexicans, right? Now I can't say I got too many super duper Mexican friends, and I really know their struggle. But I've seen a very, very vast like change in even the hood culture, right? I feel like I don't want to say it's a slippery slope, but in the conversation, I want to know how much is there. They have a certain culture to where they taking advantage of certain resources they get, and do we have a certain culture to where we are maybe getting the same resources, maybe not externally outside of the country, that's about inside of the country, and maybe it just look different. Because the stereotype for the brown people, to get y'all perspective, is what? They packed up in the car, they packed up in the house, right?
No.
Section 8 versus free healthcare, food stamps, an apartment, sometimes even a house, a motor vehicle without being a citizen. And all I get for being a citizen is a welfare check. You know what I'm saying? Section 8 in the hood.
You get talked about through the whole process.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's not fit. None of us could go to Mexico and get any benefit. None of us could go into Mexico without documentation. We probably won't even get deported. We might get put in jail, bro. You know what I'm saying? So like the scales is uneven, and it goes back to the Democrats using them as collateral.
You're very good. I love you. You know, that's why I need you on the Sice Room, because you're very good. I love you. But don't slide it. Don't roll bounce on me.
But you
not to stay on your side.
In the country resources. Mm-hmm. Because let's not act like we don't get a lot of our resources, and then we do what with them. Let's see if we all know. Let's see if we all know what is
a mass majority. You still got people waiting for welfare, though.
I just want to know if y'all know what I'm talking about.
I have to say something
with a lot of our resources from the government or whatever. What do we do? What's one of the main things we have?
Starting with their children. Come on, guys. Can I tell you, I've been looking at
what do we have though, guys?
No.
I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just asking you.
For their children.
What do we have? Can somebody answer the question?
No, hold on.
What do you mean? Like, what do we have, bro? Like,
with the resources that Black people in our culture get from the government, right? One of the biggest things that we do when we get the most amount of resources, what do we have and we invest in? And I'm not saying it's wrong, but I'm saying, what do we have?
Like you talking about as far as like property, land,
and all of that. What do we do with that?
We have like.
What do we do with it, y'all?
With the economy, as far as economic.
And that is what I'm saying, right? That's what I wanted to say.
I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm just saying, what do we do? What do we be doing?
No. the education, being aware. I was going to say that their
I
children
won't even answer
come
the
into
question.
this.
Even know where I'm going with the conversation.
No, because I see what
But
you're
you try
saying.
to
We
put it back
will
on us.
squander
We
it.
ain't rocking.
We will squander it. We will squander it as a collective. We will squander through all of that. We will squander through all of that as a collective. I do not feel like a lot of people should be given the freedom, the access so freely. They should be groomed into that, taught and educated into that, because
By who?
also, like I said, there's classes. They have courses. They have extra classes. They have also the where they are coming from. They are more evolved, and that's what I was saying. Like sharing, they could share their understanding. Another thing, when
See,
before all of this was happening, we were all cool, but we was kind of, they were the laughing stock. While they could have been putting, they, instead of trying to say this is my man's right here and just laughing at him on the low, you could have been trying to put him on for real. We need to be working together for real. We need education. We need understanding. They do understand. They come through here and they work their ass off. They do this shit. They know what to do with what they get. We get a lot of opportunities. I do hear what you're saying. We do, and we squander them. And if we were to get more, we would probably squander those too. But we need to be taught and evolved properly. The way that we are conditioned, we are stuck in survivor mode
we need
and
to be
a
taught
rat race
by
to not
who?
evolve outside of this.
And then you gotta also think about the type of country that we live in, where we know us as a group is disproportionately affected by most of the things that are going on. And a lot of times, most of those opportunities are not opened up to people like us. We can't act like, oh, the world is ours and the United States is, you know, giving out the land that they stole from black people all willy-nilly. No, that's not what's happening. Like, what we see is people who are systemically affected by the things that take place. So when we see other people come in and being able to get things, no, it's not cool. And we could even talk about it through history, redlining, gentrification, the whole nine. Our people are always being pushed out of some shit. So it's not, I don't think that it's about people not trying to take advantage of the opportunities. It's like the opportunities are limited, and it's like a pick and choose kind of thing. Who they're going to help or who they're not going to help. And that's what it is, and that's what it's been. And I don't care if you own a yacht, a big ass house, your group as a collective is still down. So it's like, I don't know. I think it's kind of harsh to say, like people may not take advantage of certain opportunities when we know that we live in a place that is ran by people who is not from this country. I'm talking about all kinds of immigrants in Congress, Senate, the president, whatever you name it. They're controlling how these resources go out. So I don't think it's fair to say that, so-called black people don't want more, because they do. I just think that it's the way that the cards have been played, the way the dice have been rolled. And no, we have not been the most fortunate group.
We can want everything in the world. We can want everything. What we gonna work for though? So I'm saying stereotypically, and we are actually in the culture that we know about the stereotypes of our culture. We know the truth of a lot of this shit, right? So Z, you kind of on a point with something, but who was supposed to teach us this besides ourselves? In order for us to continue to teach ourselves these things, certain people gotta find enlightenment with reality and accountability. To be like, hold up, because actually welfare, I even think welfare is a gift and a curse. Because welfare could be a necessity. It's supposed to, if you go down, it's supposed to put you back on your feet. We just know in our culture,
that goes back to
people
what
get
you were
welfare
saying. That goes
and they
back to what you
stay
were
on
saying
welfare.
with the type of benefits that we receive and the type of benefits that they receive. Ours come with a double-edged sword. What they was receiving, is policy behind it for more than 7 years, bro, for almost a decade. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
they was getting put
I
on.
know more, who, like, out of the, it's kind of crazy because I'm not saying, I'm not painting a broad brush, Sharice. You feel me? I'm not painting, my brush ain't that broad. But I'm just saying, a lot of black people in my culture that I know that got grants and shit, they put that shit in the churches. They became pastors and shit. The old head Asian people that I know from a long time, because I patronized their establishments and made sure I built relationships with them so I could try to do business. I even knew that from a child. I'm going to be fucking nice to these people and have conversations so they don't spit in my food, so she'll know Hey, I know this little boy since I've been seeing him since I was 7. Let me give him free fries or hey babe, show me love. You know what I'm saying? She don't mind me being in front of the club. I mean, in front of the store and everybody else because I have manners. You know what I'm saying? Even if I'm doing the wrong thing, it's a business relationship. So I'm not in their culture, in their family to know how they're doing that. But as I mature, I know the process is not that different. And I'm saying that a lot of us are, and I'm not saying faith is wrong. You feel me? But I'm just saying a lot of us with our grants and the money we get, we have, you know how many pastors we got in our culture? We don't have carryouts and bodegas and all of the things that we're patronizing on a daily basis. You feel me? Because they getting their money and they coming into our neighborhoods and patronize, you know, and getting what we call it.
They want to allocate it too, though, Trey. You gotta think about that. Like that is intentional. What's happening when we see these foreigners and owning bodegas in our neighborhoods? It is intentional to take the wealth out of our neighborhoods. It's 100% intentional. It's not
Then when
anything.
you look at it from a legal standpoint,
yeah. So look,
store.
guys. It's intentional for us to allow
standpoint,
Asian people to have soul food restaurants in our neighborhoods.
Find you out.
Because I'm with you with the Asian, because that might be a necessity, you know, that might be a cultural thing. They want to bring that pizzazz. They want to bring Spanish people, you know, Italian. I can understand that swag, that business.
Neighborhood is there.
It's Asian people. They have how many black soul food joints y'all been to in the city? We can name them, guys. That's how we can name them. All them little Atlantics and all of them motherfuckers. You going in motherfuckers, but the Asians and come on. You may have a black cashier and maybe like one black cook.
The problem really isn't that it's not there, it's that we're not supporting them. They pop up left and right. We're not looking for them. And I feel like I'm happy about a lot of the friction that's going on and with it since Trump has been in presidency, because it's creating a space where people are understanding that we got to tighten up. You have to be able to be self-sufficient. You need to know somebody who knows somebody, or be able to pull some resources, be able to know this. Now we're supporting the right people. Within my space where I'm at, we have a lot of, like, I kid you not, for everything that I need, I can call someone for that is black here to do that. Not call, like I could go to their establishment, because there's actually establishments. Let me rephrase that. I could call them, but I could go to establishments. I can go to spaces to be able to access all of this. But we have to be able to shift to support. And I feel like I was like saying we should they need to educate us. We need to take note. What are they doing? They're supporting each other. And then the last conversation between Wale and Kai Cenat, that's like a prime example. We need to work as a collective instead of being like, oh, this person has a problem with me or da-da-da. Try to bridge a connection and see how you guys could work some kind of way. You popping, I'll popping. Let's see how we can make this work. That's how we can make this make sense. Let's make this really about business. Let's make this really about, like, if we really want to make it make sense, let's make it make sense. The black dollar does not revolve within the black communities. It doesn't, there's no rotation there.
Man, is that because of the white man?
That's what I'm talking about. That's on us.
No, the money don't rotate. Is that because of the white man?
It is off of systematic means, but with the access of information, but there has to be a will for that also. There's access of information.
Started.
But it's just, so I do feel like it varies. I do think that sometimes, but like when I sit back and look at how the conditions and how we normalize them, we really don't see an exit plan. So we do need a little bit of education in that area as a collective. I feel like I've educated myself, and I know a lot of collectives who have, but I feel like as a conglomerate, we could do better, of course.
I even think educators in our culture we have a pompous culture, y'all. Like, why y'all acting like, this shit? As soon as niggas get their game, it's like, yeah, I got the game, nigga. And we not passing the ball, y'all. Yeah. I don't care what a white man could do. That is on us that we don't want to pass the ball. That's on us that we feel like the whatever research,
That
whatever
was
accomplishment we get from outside perspectives that we made it and now we better than everybody. We do that to each other all day long. We don't live with each other like all these other cultures. All these cultures know how to cohabitate. We don't cohabitate. Say I'm lying. Everybody that grew up in y'all household, all y'all siblings lived separate places. Don't nobody's siblings live together, or it's taboo if one of the siblings live with the parents. We don't believe in that. We believe in as soon as we all can break from the nest, we all break from the nest and we all spread our resources around everywhere and we all split bills and we all pay separate Verizon bills, cell phone bills. That's what we believe in, y'all. It just
But that's
But
the
that's
generational thing
the
that got to be
American
unlearned.
dream that is turning. That's kind of like the American dream that we're kind of going for, honestly, is to be able to be self sufficient, to be independent, to be able to do this, to do those things. We're within, again, within the way the system is set, the way things are set up from the ground up is not set up for you to be able to do that. A lot of immigrants are able to do that because their countries do not set them up for failure in those ways. They have
no, but
better
we should be
examples.
educating
They
each
have
other
better
that
expectations.
that's not our American dream to want to go do it by ourselves with
Where is it not?
ourselves
But that's
and get all
generational.
the credit by
Where is it
ourselves.
not?
That's a part of our generational trauma that I feel like needs to be worked out
Exactly.
because I feel what you're saying 100%. I think nobody should be get to age 18 and their parents ready to throw them out on the street or say you gotta go do no. It should never be that way. But that's something that has been done before us, and it's gonna keep happening after us until somebody stop the buck. Like even people find it weird that my father is really active in my life at my age, but he's super active in my life even now at my age. And that is so unusual and taboo to people. But like we just have that type of family unit. Like if I needed to go back home, I can go. I could go. And that's not the same for everybody. But I do think that that type of mindset we do need to break out of it. We do need to be there for each other a lot more than what we are. We do treat each other like you 18 now, my work is done kind of thing. We act like that. And no, we should not act like that. I don't agree with that type of behavior at all. And I do think that there is a lot of evolution that needs to happen within the so-called Black community. And hopefully, we can get to a point where we can start breaking those curses. Us who understand and know the difference and try to break that. But I just think I just think it's partially our fault and then it's partially not because I think people are going to do what they taught and they're going to continue to do that. Just like the young men that's out there selling drugs, shooting each other every day. If their father was doing it, grandfather, whoever was doing it, that's what the fuck they going to do. They're going to go and do the same thing. So I just think that a lot of things need to be completely dismantled and broken. And yeah, there's a lot of things we need to work on from the inside of our shit so we could radiate it on the outside, a lot better than what we do. We do got a lot of messed up ways and it does need to change. It do. So I ain't disagreeing with you as far as what we need to do, but we can't say that there's not an overarching systemic issue here, which it is. So and that's what remains.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
this it's right now there's three wars. It's a physical war, it's a spiritual war, and there's a paper war. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we fighting right now. So you have to, like you said, we have to.
elaborate.
What you mean? Elaborate as far as like a spiritual war. It's they want everybody in their lower vibration instead of their higher vibration. So they trigger everything that they do now plays on our emotion. That's spiritual war. That's spiritual warfare. And as far as the physical war, as far as like what's going on overseas, that's the physical war. What's happening here with the protests that could be considered a physical war. And the paper war is the dual government system that's going on right now. And as far as like the Republic, United States Republic, and the United States of America, you know what I'm saying? So you to tell the difference between like citizenship. So it's like a lot of confusion going on because like it's a war going on. It's been a war going on. Like the war never ended. You know what I'm saying? So like it's a wars going on right now that everybody's fighting.
That was fire. I ain't gonna lie. Beautiful segue, my brother. Now the Republican focus. Trump's pardons NBA YoungBoy and commutes Larry Hoover's sentence. Trump made headlines again commuting Larry Hoover's sentence and pardoning NBA YoungBoy. He also is launching Trump Mobile. Is this justice for the culture or political pandering in his first, year of presidency? Do y'all feel like he actually is winning back black votes? Or do y'all feel like it's a cringe situation and y'all don't value what he's done?
As far as Larry Hoover, I feel like that was a good pardon because or commuted sentence because he was in there for half a century, like 50, 51 years. So I feel like he served his time, and I feel like that was for the culture. But as far as NBA young boy, I don't get that one. Like I feel like that one was more for like political gain to try to get the vote of the young people or grasp something with the younger people, but I don't understand why he pardoned NBA young boy, and that's my take on that.
Man, I think Trump is trolling. Like Trump stay trolling. I just think he's trolling, and I mean, no, you're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't when it comes to him and him being in office and things like that. So even if it is something that he's intentionally trying to do good, it's going to be perceived as some type of trick, or you just trying to make us like you, et cetera, et cetera. But I do think, that is not a bad thing what he did. I mean, shoot, it's no different from any president who pardons people from jail and things like, I mean, prison and things like that. So, I wasn't mad when I heard it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, anybody that can get a second chance that, doing something different and fixing their life, I'm always here for that. But he's 100% trolling. And that's my take.
Okay, so I completely agree with everything that's already been said. And yeah, after what we just talked about, it's just like, we need more, we need more. So, but yeah, I agree with everything that's been said, and that's all I could say about that.
I'm here. I'm just listening. I have a toothache, guys.
Oh
Okay.
no, you poor thing. Ooh.
Yeah, I just live in this.
Ooh.
I
I'm gonna
live
need I'm
in
gonna
this
need you to
thing.
I'm gonna need you to struggle just a tiny bit on the next segment too. But that's the only segment I really really need you on.
Okay,
But
I'm here.
so
Peace
y'all
and
feel like
love.
Peace and love, sweetie.
yes, for sure. Y'all feel like Trump pandering, huh? You don't feel like the NBA young boy. You don't think he's like the Tupac of our era?
Tupac.
Why would you say that?
What?
Be-
What?
Because
That's blasphemy, bro.
That's
I
see,
see. I
wild.
see what
That's
you're
vindic.
saying. I see what
I,
you're
I don't
saying.
I don't know what I don't know. See, they don't understand because
I
they
agree.
you guys are in my generation, so y'all
Well,
not understanding.
Sir,
We
say
wasn't even old
whatever you
enough to
will. I'm
appreciate
real young.
Tupac for who
no.
he
So the
was.
thing is, like, we got NBA YoungBoy, but the thing is, he's not Tupac yet. Okay, he's a heavy influence like Tupac was for us, but he's not. He hasn't gotten anywhere to be comparison in the same senses of
See,
Tupac.
cause see what you guys have to understand. This is what y'all think y'all don't understand about this comparison, right?
You need to give him a
Tupac is not even our generation. We all was children when Tupac came out. So when he was saying I get around, Brenda's had a babe. All we that shit was not for us. We wasn't even teenagers. We wasn't even adults. We didn't even understand that. Hip hop told us to love him, and then in time we matured and understand. Okay, this nigga was saying some fire shit. You know what I'm saying? They told us to love that.
I
He
was
actually
just like
does
riding
make
on my
good music.
enemies in pre-K though.
Yeah, we was young, but this is what I'm trying to tell
These
you about
kids
our
know all the songs
generation, bro.
today. They know
This is what I'm trying to
Rod
explain to you
Wave and
about our
all that.
generation.
So,
Our generation of Tupac, they are 10, 9, 10, 12 right now to young boy. Is what y'all don't the
so
young
what do you
teenagers,
mean
that's who
the
we are to
Tupac of
Tupac.
the generation
I
You
get
though?
what
talking
you're
about like the
saying. So
thug life
like it's a
aspect of
bunch
it,
of
You have
little
to
the grown
kids
elaborate
aspect
on
listening
of
to
that.
it.
NBA.
Guys, y'all don't think the same
That's
way
all it
that
is. It's a
the
bunch of little
They
kids, like
don't, they
how we
don't
was
never
kids
they don't
listening
rap
to
about living
Tupac.
a life.
and y'all don't understand
No,
how.
that's why the
I
kids
don't
is
think y'all
acting how
understand
they
how
they a
obsessed
bunch
they
of
are to
NBA
him.
young boys.
Yes,
Like
they
they
are.
all on him like Tupac.
But
Like I get it. I get what
Yes,
you're saying.
like they really are. We're older. We don't feel it. I
And
actually
we don't
rock with
got
young boy.
you have sons too, so you will be able to know like what the young men.
My sons don't rock with NBA. Like
I
Oh,
thought you
okay.
was talking about like the
my daughter
I
don't
mean,
even
intellectual
I
listen
know
to
the
side.
kids
NBA.
like Rod
Would
Wave.
you
That's
let your
crazy.
sons listen to
You
NBA Young Boy?
They listen to it through me. So yeah, you know what I'm
So
saying.
you're the bad
So
influence.
for sure, but
Okay.
It's all for sure.
it's yeah, but
But
even with
he's dad.
NBA,
He can do that.
I like NBA sonically. He actually sonically makes some good songs. But to be 100, even I'm rock with him since 38 Baby, like, and mainly because I caught a little charge. We was riding all the way out west, all the way out Virginia, 3-4 hours away for my court dates, and he just dropped that. He was a young boy. It was him, the NBA young boy and Speaker Knockers. They was the young boys I was rocking with at the time. Speaker Knockers died. NBA ended up being a legend, but I'm still older than them. So to the Tupac to us, he's older than us. Y'all have to understand that to us, the NBA young us, they're 13 years old.
I don't think
He
Tupac is
billion streams, billion YouTube. He really is him. TikToks, everything. He's the only artist that has everything. But then guess what? Guess what NBA also did do, and what he stands for. He is the rebellion, just like Tupac, for the young generation. He doesn't have all of the features because he's friendly and he's everybody. He doesn't have manners. He's very unsocial. He has mad beefs. People that died behind his name. Like, what do we say? He check off all the Tupac credentials.
what?
Like,
I
I
don't
don't
know.
understand what
Maybe
we're
I'm
talking
thinking more
about.
about Renaissance Tupac. Okay, Tupac that was an actor and an activist and things like that. I don't know.
And
I
Young
don't
Boy is an actor and
Right.
an activist in his own way. He's
Where?
going against the system. He's not
Where?
with the system. He's
No, he
blackballed.
No,
haven't
He's
been
been
in
just
no
even
blackballed.
movies,
through
fool. That's why I
conversation.
He's not
said
a
you can't
Like,
even
nothing.
put him in the
You would
same
say
this
He's
is
NBA
not
sentence.
in
like
no.
YoungBoy
you have to take
activism,
him
He's
bro.
as a whole
bro.
person.
Yeah,
He's
because
not
I've
on
never
nobody
heard of
albums.
any
He's not in no
activism.
Like,
movies.
no.
You never even seen him at
What
a award show.
activism is
You
he a
never
part
seen
of?
him at. Bro, hear me out. You never seen him on Breakfast Club, award show. You never seen him on none of this shit.
That'd be terrible.
$1 million worth of games. That's about it. You ain't never seen him on nothing. He is literally anti-industry. He is
My
the best
brother, my
industry
brother. What
person
are
we
you
got.
talking about? What are you talking about, my
No,
brother?
she did
Please,
that.
please, please,
Come
please.
on,
The
man.
nonsense.
Everybody getting paid by the industry, but we ain't gonna talk about money. I'm talking about representation. I'm talking about blackball. I'm talking about he ain't chasing no relationships. What other artists in the game we got that's like that?
What are you saying? You want to compare NBA and Tupac, and then you want us to tell you someone else? Come on.
Yeah, Tupac is actually a fucking actor. NBA is actually the
That's why
real
you
fucking
cannot.
thing.
No, no,
NBA
no,
is
no,
actually the
no.
real thing.
And then you trying to call Tupac actor?
He
Oh
is an
my
actor.
goodness.
The boy went to acting classes. He grew up an actor. What are you talking
He was
about? He's
Julie Art
an actor.
special,
Actor,
yes.
dancer, ballet.
He got
Yeah.
It was
he
the
got locked up for
arts.
rape
He
too
did
though.
poetry,
It sounds like
He got locked up for
guitar.
rape
He's a
too
Oh
though.
my
spoken
goodness.
word.
So I'm
Like
saying
what?
it's selective memory, man. They made us love him. I think he got great music, but I don't know that nigga. The fuck? Yeah, acting like I'm supposed to know that nigga and supposed to. I love
Well,
Tupac's
that's
music,
probably
y'all.
why you shouldn't have brought
Please.
him up.
yeah.
You don't
But
even know
shit,
him.
at this point, young boy can go track for track.
For
I'm
Oh
who?
telling
well, if
you.
you want to talk about
Woohoo!
entertainment, I
Yeah,
don't
what
know.
you was
What are you
smoking
talking
today,
Oh,
brother?
about?
you try to get
Cause
everybody
you
blood
was talking
pressure
about him
raised
at
over
one
Nah,
I
you
want to
was
hear
point,
y'all.
smoking
and
some
I
now
want to hear
other
y'all
type of
defend it.
stuff.
You
I don't
going
want to
on
y'all.
right
I don't
now,
want to
bro?
hear y'all say. I don't want to
Yeah,
hear everybody be
that was some
housed
good
and
stuff.
say who's and who's. I want y'all to defend it. I want y'all to name. I want everybody to name 10 fire ass Tupac tracks right now. Come on, hold
ooh,
no, we don't. No. We
It
ain't
is
about to start stuttering.
outrageous.
Because we ain't about to start stuttering. Come on, B.
Nah, I'm on it. What we doing? Hit him up. What we
NBA,
doing?
Oh, here you go.
What
Here
we
you go. Here you
doing?
go.
Nah, what we
NBA
doing?
Oh, we
Youngboy
let you
What
go.
song.
what are we doing? Hit him
Are we
up.
going in
Life
order?
goes on. Still I rise. Keep your head up. What we talking about? All eyes on me,
I
still
know all
balling.
the
What
songs.
we talking
Yes.
about? I get around California
Is
love,
this
dear
your
mama. Picture me
baby?
I
rolling,
know that
thug
one
nature.
too.
Like
I
what
know
we
that
talking
one
about?
too. I
Yeah,
know that
come
What
one
we
on,
too.
talking
man.
about? What we
Yeah.
gonna
Like you're
do?
not gonna do that.
What
Hit
we
him
talking
up is
about?
one of my favorites.
Like what the heck? Bringing
I
class.
named enough for everybody. What we talking about?
Thank you.
She did.
Changes?
No, no, no,
What?
no,
What we
no.
talking
She
about?
did not. She named some personal favorites.
California love. What we talking
Those
about?
are all well
Those are all
known.
well-known
Period.
Tupac
Every time I go to Cali, I bump pop. What you talking about?
The heck?
You tripping.
Well,
You
Trey
better
can't
compare
pass.
Nipsey
Look,
to
and
Pac and
I wouldn't
stop
even name
playing.
some of those.
no, for
I
I
couldn't
wouldn't
real.
even
name
name
You
some
two
of
weren't
those pop
NBA
talking
Young
about
songs.
Boy
somebody.
songs at all. You
Don't
I
know.
ever
wasn't even mad at
disrespect
that.
our intellect ever in your life back and burn
What's
them
the song
shit.
with
Because
him
he
and
was
Snoop Dogg?
talking
That's a good
about
one
something.
too.
Nip
Murder
was
was the
talking
case.
about
Yeah,
something.
it's
What
all
is
of it. He
NBA
got a lot of
talking
joints
about
we
for
know.
real?
Girl, he
What
wasn't
does he
even no
ever
murder.
talk about?
What's the song?
What does he
Nigga,
talk
he
about?
That's why I hate the yo,
Yeah,
ladies,
what's the song with Tupac
ladies.
and fucking Snoop Dogg? Don't try to
America's
play me
Most
now.
Wanted.
Gangsta party.
Yeah, y'all know what one I'm talking about. Don't
America's
play
Most
with
Wanted.
me.
Right.
I know the
Oh,
song you're
yeah,
talking
that
about.
one
It's
too.
fire.
Thank you.
But
You make my tooth hurt, ma.
see, that's my
Yeah,
point,
no, they
guys.
was in the
Talking these
courtroom or whatever was
craziness.
going on.
Y'all
I
making
know
my
about
point.
that.
Y'all
What's
making my
that one
point.
called? So I can go play it.
He's the new generation's Tupac. We love that we have the nostalgia, guys, and that you guys are acting like y'all was in college and y'all was getting around when I Get Around came out, and
No,
that
it's
song
just
was so
You can say the same
nostalgic.
for
we
these
And
didn't
youngins
water
who
it
listen
down
to
our
right,
NBA
culture.
Youngboy
cut that
right
shit
We
out.
didn't
now.
water
I
down
Get
our
Around
culture
was
like that.
trash.
That's watering
Like,
it
let's not
down.
It
even
just
play
What
goes
is
like
back
that.
to the
NBA
Kai
That
and
talking
song
Wale
was
about?
trash,
situation,
bro.
though.
What did he talk
That song was
about?
trash.
But you can say that
So
about NBA
it's so,
Youngboy when these youngins grow up. You can say the same thing that you saying
exactly.
about us right now.
That's my
Why
point.
you
All right, this
being
all
funny
I'm
to
gonna
me?
give you. This
So
all
none
I'm
of
gonna
these
give
niggas
you.
is
But no
untouchable.
disrespect though. All love.
These niggas ain't
All
untouchable.
Tupac's
not a problem.
cultural impact is way more deeper and more historic than Young Boy's influence.
Will
Yes.
ever be. Yeah.
That's
You
not you
cannot
can't
His
say
you
will
you
ever be.
cannot
You can't
compare
his whole
Young Boy's
story.
Will ever
influence
be.
bro, you can't
because
say
it's
what niggas
relevant.
when
He's only relevant to today's streaming
when niggas
generation
was fans of
because of
Tupac
his
and he was
ignorance.
spitting at when he was
No,
spitting at
bruh.
cameras and shit,
Ignorant.
they was saying he'd
No.
never be bigger than KRS One. He'd never be bigger than Curtis Blow. He'd never be bigger than LL Cool J. Like,
NBA,
what are we talking
no.
about,
He
bro?
don't even
NBA
have
has never
lyrical
never had
Cultural
depth.
more of a
impact.
positive impact on the culture, bro. He doesn't have no positive
Yeah,
impact on the
he's not.
culture. It's
Yeah.
just negativity.
He's still building his
Guys,
legacy. He got like 8 baby mothers. What
and
are you
this is what I'm
talking
trying.
about?
And this is
Forgot
what I'm
about
trying to
that.
look. This is what I'm trying to tell you guys. How much in the moment of Tupac's rise? How much positive impact does he have on the culture?
Who? Tupac?
A lot. Is
Tupac?
it because of records?
Records
Bro,
and actually
It's
going
because
into
what he
the
said.
community.
There's
You know what I'm
something
saying?
it's young men
let's
to
go
this
viral on
day that
TikTok.
still want to be like Tupac, bro.
Done with this
Like,
bullshit.
even the young conscious brothers, like, that's where they aim more towards, like,
Bro,
following
I
that.
would never
Come
tell
on, bro.
one of my sons to be Tupac, bro. That nigga died at 25. Like,
Nobody's
what?
telling them to
That nigga
be
got
him, but
murdered. That nigga got smoked.
he's one of those young black men
Like,
whose potential was not able to be reached. He was way beyond anybody. Like, come on, bro. Come on,
he
don't
was
do
an
this.
educated black
Don't
man
do
that got
this.
the
Don't
light
do this.
right and then start being a gangster. What are we talking about? I love
So we
we
better hope
love to
NBA
rewrite
Youngboy
history.
don't die. He's 25. Knock on wood, damn it.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
He's not our Tupac. I never said he was our Tupac, but he is the youth
Azara is
Tupac.
right. You crazy, Trey.
No,
Nah.
Jen, no.
Living for
The us,
illusion.
y'all have to understand. We are the old people now.
He was
Now
a
we sound
90s
yes.
political and
Now
poetic hip
we
hop.
sound like the old
Young
niggas
Boy is
because
a
we not
raw
letting the
voice
young
for the
niggas.
generation growing
No,
up.
you have
He's
to
like
let
an
the young
So why are
internet
niggas
you
have their
comparing a
phenomenon.
lane.
youngin to an old
All
head
right,
then?
how about this? So who is
Right.
this
Don't do
generation's
that.
Tupac? How about this? Cool. So who is this generation's Tupac?
It was
Oh,
Nah,
there's
Nip.
nobody
you
that
was
can
making
touch
you
Tupac.
It
was
was
making
Nip.
It
Fuck
was
out of
Nip.
here.
And he was 33.
It was Nip.
Yes.
It was Nip.
And why was Nip?
Why wasn't it Nip?
Niggas didn't even
Man,
know
because
about niggas did. Nigga Nip just got on. Nigga
Only
Nip had
okay, we
like a
could all
2-year
right, Kendrick Kendrick Lamar. We go Kendrick Lamar then.
Nigga,
Go
Nip had like
Kendrick
a
Lamar.
2-year
Kendrick
run.
Lamar is
perfect actually.
Go Kendrick Lamar. Go J. Cole.
Kendrick Lamar
Not
is
NBA.
Kendrick might be a better
Kendrick is perfect
be a better
because he even says
Kendrick
that's
may
his
be a
like.
better.
You will go back to his album. I don't want to quote him. I can't quote him right now.
She said go back to his
Go back to his album. But he had mentioned Pac being like in his spirit in some sort. I can't
Yo,
remember
what the
how
fuck?
he worded
Hey, bro. There's only one thing that I'm not gonna let y'all do is to hit him up, the all of that, the gang perpetuation, all of the gangster shit that fucking Tupac did. You niggas keep trying to act like he was just
No, I
all he
think he was
was a
trying to be
fucking
more
civil rights
relatable though. I
activist.
think he was
Like,
more
cut
trying
that
to be
shit
more
out, bro.
relatable. You
That's
can't
not
do
new.
that.
his
It's not
part.
new. None
You
of us
can't
grew
do
up in
that.
that
I
fucking
think he
era,
was
bro.
trying to be more relatable to the people, bro, because he ain't
The
had that
people have
story.
changed.
Bro,
Because he
none of
Yeah, he
you
didn't have
spoke
a
niggas
up
older
story.
than
against
me,
police
bro. Like,
He
brutality.
wasn't perpetrating. He was what?
so the
Come
young
on,
People
boy.
bro.
have changed. They have more
Come on.
You said
backbone than
what?
He ain't the only one. He ain't the
more
only one to
culture.
express
And
pushback to
then young boy is
police
doing it
brutality.
ass backwards. Cause if he
Where's the
coming,
culture
he
now?
the only
He
one
shot
made
a
it. He need
police
to be
officer, bro.
no. He
No
needs to
culture.
be coming up
So
and
we all
doing
know
the
the
right
nigga shot
thing.
a police officer.
Culture.
In self
I
defense.
thought y'all would rep that.
Hey, five.
Conversation is
Talk to him. To give me a perspective, bro.
Um, I hear both perspectives. I understand where both of y'all coming from. Especially when you say Tupac ain't really who he's portrayed to be 100%. You know what I'm saying? Like he was an actor. He come from the school of arts. So Digital Underground. He was dancing
We
in the
don't even know him.
background.
Tupac Digital Underground.
You
Yeah.
know, so I get that part, but that was early on. Who knows if Tupac would have that same impact nowadays where everything behind the scenes is put on blast. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things were selective that got put on blast back then. Everything was slow back then. Right now, shit is more raw. Now, NBA YoungBoy has impact. Um, he has impact, but I still wouldn't give him that Tupac glow. I wouldn't give him that. You know what I'm saying? I can't give him that.
To who though?
Because
Not you can't give him that to the youngins? Because that's the premise of the conversation. That he is
see,
Tupac's
Tupac gave
youngin.
you, but even though Tupac wasn't all 100% gangster, he gave you yin and yang.
So
Like
then we
look,
give
like like
Tupac
like
the
like
Kendrick
like
all this
like like
shit.
Lil Durk, like when it came to like pushing peace, right? Like when it came to pushing peace. You know what I'm saying? I think that was the thing when him and Lil Durk was head on was like pushing peace, right? Tupac did better with pushing peace than young NBA YoungBoy did. Kendrick Lamar would be a better example of today's Tupac
How though?
because
First of all,
Look how
he's
old
tapping
he
into the
is. Look
roots.
how old he is.
no. You gotta think. Tupac had the charisma to
So
be
if
a,
you're
a
talking about
mainstream
that, if you're
artist.
talking about age,
He had
we
the
ain't got
full
one yet.
package.
We ain't got one yet.
We got J. Cole. Now, see, this is the thing. What
If you're gonna say
generation are you
age, if you're
talking
gonna
about?
say age, if you're gonna say
They talk
age,
about
we ain't
the
got one
damn
yet. They ain't
disease.
pop out yet.
Why y'all not acting? I'm talking about the generation that we were when we experienced Tupac.
Because if you throw
The
YB,
young
if
niggas.
you throw YB
What
out
are
there,
we
you might as well
talking
throw
about?
you might as well throw your Kodak Black out there.
Yeah,
They
I was
don't
just about to
worship
say
Kodak. They
Kodak
don't
Black. If you're
worship
gonna compare
Kodak.
You might as well
somebody,
give it to
I'd
Kodak.
rather
You
give
give
it
it
to
to
Kodak
Kodak.
Black than
You give it to
NBA.
Kodak Black.
I don't think y'all understand. I think y'all old niggas is out the loop. I thought I was old.
Nah,
Like,
nah, nah, nah.
yo,
It's,
do
it's
y'all
not. It's
not
not been a loop.
understand the
Oh,
power? Yeah, understand the influence of this young boy.
NBA YoungBoy has
just
influence
say
to
you're a fan.
change,
Just say that.
but does
Just
he
say you're a
try to
fan,
push the change?
and we're good.
I'm not saying
Yes.
that NBA YoungBoy
You're a fan.
don't have the power to. I'm saying he doesn't. He only played one side of that fence.
This is what I feel like y'all being disingenuous with.
Who's giving the yin
Did
and
y'all
yang?
act?
Who's giving
Did y'all
both? Who's giving
acting
the
like?
50-50?
Nobody.
Park gave the 50-50. Who's giving the 50-50? Both sides of
But
it.
did he? But did he?
Yeah, he did, bro.
All
He
right, Venice
did,
Have a Baby was in that time.
bro. He gave the versatility. He gave the vulnerability. He gave the relentless work ethic. Like it wasn't even no internet. What are you
Can we
talking
not can
about?
we can we not forget that one of them
He
albums
did
dropped
all this
after
on
he
no
died?
internet.
That what's that damn, what's that joint with the all white? I fuck with that. Ain't Gonna Change or You Still My Homie. What's the fuck the name of that joint? Yo, that's that some of them songs was
Yo, I
produced
know what
and
you're talking
promoted
about.
after he died, bro.
Loyal
Like,
to the Game.
but,
The
so
joint that Eminem produced.
well, even those, I wasn't even going that far. I was going with the what's the joint? Damn, the all white. I don't even want to do that on the pod, but
I ain't mad at you.
huh? Cause I ain't my nigga.
You talking about I
You
ain't
have to
mad at you?
understand shit like that. That shit produced and was pushed after he died. Now, granted, he made it, but why we acting like a lot?
He made millions of songs. Now
Majority
you could
of
give
Nigga, I'm the new
I'll give
Pac.
him
Fuck is you
give
talking
the
about?
work ethic. I'll give the
Poet,
work ethic
teacher,
to your YB.
activist. I'm the new Pac. Fuck is
I'll
you
give
the
talking
you
about?
that.
majority of that was
I'll
taken
give you
behind
that.
shit.
I'll give you that. The work ethic wise, YB up there with Pop.
No, I don't
Musically.
think so.
Musically.
No, it's that
'Cause that
same
nigga
shit
was
with
flood.
niggas
That nigga
can't
was
compare
flooding. That nigga
Jordan
was
to,
carrying.
Kobe to Jordan. You can't compare LeBron. Like, we can't let the young generation niggas have that shit. And it's just a generational
Man,
thing, guys.
Pop is Pop, man. We ain't got it
Exactly,
yet.
to us in our generation, they want
Right.
to have their
Man, we
own.
watching rappers go viral.
So we
Pac
don't got
went
we don't
viral
got
by
we don't
just
we don't
breathing.
we don't
The
got
fuck?
NBA YoungBoy in
Yes, he
movies yet.
did. Cause
Yeah,
We
he
but
don't
was
got
on
that's
the
on
NBA.
the
internet.
We only got real street beef and music from NBA YoungBoy. We have yet to see him step in them other zones yet, bro.
NBA can't even walk in them type rooms.
Yeah, in my opinion, y'all, I just think that it looks different nowadays. If that makes sense, it's
No,
like
because you
it
gotta
really
think of the
It
does.
still
versatility.
gotta have that.
NBA
It
It's
still
YoungBoy
gotta
don't
have
have the
that side.
versatility.
NBA
He don't
YoungBoy
have it.
still gotta show that he's for the people,
like, you know what
the
Tupac
betterment
is?
of the
It's just
people.
is niggas forget with it. What we think, like us, we wouldn't compare nobody to MLK, Malcolm X, Muhammad Ali, all these niggas.
No,
But see, the
nah.
people
I
that's in
would.
that
I just say
generation know
the
how hated
attributes ain't
those
enough.
people
It's
were.
not enough. It's not
They know
enough
how
for
much of
Pop,
a
bro. It's not
struggle it
enough.
was for them, the people to be people get appreciated after time. So
Like,
I'm
like,
just
like,
saying, as
like.
them niggas grow up, he's gonna be that to them, guys. I never say he's gonna be that to us. I'm really not trying to convince you guys that he is that to you guys. Like, I think that's
No,
the
No,
it's
but
not.
point.
It's
even
not.
to
It's
them,
not. It's
he's not
agreeing to
leading them
disagreeing.
nowhere.
But
He's
even
not
for him
leading
to
them
be the
nowhere.
leader of their
Pop can lead
school,
us
he
nowhere. What are
still
y'all
gotta have
talking
the
about? Like,
overall cultural
Yeah.
impact.
Nigga, Pac opened a
It
lot
has
of
to be
people
the
mind of
overall,
consciousness.
East
the
Coast,
whole
West
package.
Coast beef. Niggas getting killed all over the country for just being from the West Coast and from the East Coast. Because
That's
he
only
said,
like one
because this nigga, this is what you
No,
gotta
he
understand.
rapped
Brenda's
about
No, no, no,
police
no, 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 no.
brutality,
Brenda's got
systemic
a baby.
racism,
Yo,
poverty.
Brenda's got a
yo,
baby.
what?
What?
of the whole
Yo,
thing.
what?
That's the
Answer
NBA
this.
YoungBoy side. The only NBA YoungBoy side that you mentioned and that you
Answer
comparing
this
to
one
Pop
question. Just
is the
answer this
East
one
Coast
question,
West
guys.
Coast beef.
Can I answer this one question? Did the whole East Coast West Coast beef did not start because one rapper, one hot ass nigga, implicated another nigga? That's how it started. The nigga nigga tried to rob him. Niggas hit his ass in the elevator, and his hot ass went implicated another
Right,
nigga,
right.
and that shit stirred from years of people dying and getting killed
That's
to
the.
his own demise. And you niggas keep trying to push this big fist up shit. It got Biggie killed. It got him
It's
killed.
the
I mean,
yin
other
and the
niggas that
yang.
got
It's
killed,
the
nigga.
yin and the
What
yang.
is y'all
Where's the
talking
other
about?
side? Where's the other
And Brenda
side?
and Brenda's
Where's
baby. Brenda's
NBA
got a baby
YoungBoy's
covered
other
all that up.
side? Where's NBA YoungBoy's other side?
Niggas
They
crazy.
both they both did the street shit where they got people killed, where they started wars and shit, right? Where's the other side though for NBA YoungBoy?
All right,
Right,
now
bro.
ask me this. I'm with you. That's a very great question. Because
I'm
maybe
just
he might
saying,
not. No. That's a beautiful question. Because maybe he
and he
might not
might not,
listen to.
and I'm not saying
I'm just asking you
he ain't
this.
gonna do
I'm
it
gonna ask you
yet
this one
because
thing.
he's still
His
young.
question.
He's still young. He just got off house arrest. He might
His
create a whole stop the violence movement next year.
his
Who knows?
positivity may not be as like where's that other side, but is his influence as detrimental as that?
Can I say one thing?
East Coast West is it as detrimental as that? Yeah,
He
because
might
we
he
wasn't
might
because
gonna
we
add Chief
wasn't
Keef in
18, we
there.
wasn't traveling, we didn't experience. Yeah, exactly. Y'all niggas is
I
crazy.
say off the back. I said off the back. The times have changed, and I
Brenda's
said
got a
who's to say
baby straight through
Tupac?
all of that.
Yeah, I would
Young
say
boy
right
has
now,
digital
Tupac
What
is
about
probably
the
influence.
rape charge? Niggas hate R. Kelly, Diddy, but what about Pac got charged for rape? He
yeah,
got locked up for rape.
yeah, all that. Janet Jackson made him take an AIDS test and all that before he got a poetic justice. All that shit, all that.
Selective
Where's
memory.
where's the other side?
Oh,
No, where's the other side for NBA
young boy ain't
YoungBoy
never get
to
charged
put
for
to
rape.
say he's the next generation Tupac? I'll
He
give it
ain't
to
never get
YoungBoy
charged
for
for rape.
admitting he had herpes. I'll give him that. But he's not promoting safe sex either.
It ain't
It's no
rape.
polar opposite side that you could say. Young boy has the digital influence Tupac never had access to, but Tupac had real world cultural
To this
influence
day,
and
and to this
impact.
day, to this day, to
And
this
to this
day,
day,
to
what
this
are you
day,
saying?
And
to this day, bro.
why is that though?
It's not because of the
Timeless,
East Coast West Coast beef.
timeless. It's
Definitely.
Because his
timeless.
music. No, they bro, niggas
Because
honor him
he's
because of
all
that
of these he's
gangster.
all of these things in
Gangster
one. He's
repertoire.
a poet. He's
Yeah.
an actor.
It's more for
His whole origin
he's
is
a
The
different.
nigga,
humanitarian.
He
he was
was
the
in
first. He
jail
was
while
the
he was in
first.
his mother's stomach.
Guess what? He was the first DJ Academics.
What?
A poet talking about shit he ain't from. He don't know nothing about getting rich off of it because he know how to speak that shit real good. Fuck out of here. That nigga not even from Cali. What the fuck is we talking about?
He's from Baltimore.
Fuck out of here. Like, he known for being a blood.
You are a hater. Stop being
Nah,
Tupac
We're
nah,
not
hater.
saying
niggas just be
Don't
bragging
be
who's
hard.
the
Tupac
realest.
hater,
A
my
grown
brother.
We're
man.
We
not
were
saying
brother and
we're not
sister.
My
saying
dog's not from
who's the
Cali.
realest.
Let me
We're
stop.
not saying who's
No.
These
the
niggas not my
realest. We're
martyrs. These
saying
niggas not
you're
my
saying
heroes. That's not being a
he's the
hater.
new. You say who's the closest to Tupac?
Yes, the
I
nigga
feel
who
like it could be
perpetuated
Kendrick
a bad
Lamar. You saying
influence.
age wise? I wouldn't give it to young boy. I
Young
would say
boy,
that person ain't here yet.
young boy is a bad influence on the fucking youth, and his music is fucking hypnotizing to these youth, and they fucking bow to this nigga like a cult. Same way niggas do with fucking Tupac. Look at y'all grown ass adults, fucking defending rape charges.
Nigga,
East
Tupac
West,
made people
like,
protest. What are you talking
Ain't
about? I
nobody
hear
defend
you,
no
but
rape
niggas was
charges.
not
protest.
protesting.
He ain't make that nigga
Yo,
Nobody
yes,
on this
the fuck he
stream
did.
said,
You're
ain't
tripping.
nobody on this stream defend the rape charge, bro. You
niggas
funny as
ain't.
shit with that one.
NBA
No,
ain't make
y'all
no
Nobody
nigga
defend it, but y'all
protest.
You
silence.
tried
But y'all
that.
silence. What they say
Yeah,
about
he always
racism?
try to throw
What
something in there.
what
Hey
they say
Trey,
about
go ahead.
racism?
That
What they say about racism?
was
If
an
you don't
icy ass
say
wild
nothing
card. I
to
give you that.
Hey,
He
hey,
funny as
look,
shit.
nobody said, "Oh yeah, bro, he did get charged for rape." Nigga, ain't nobody even acknowledged. I said I had to say the shit 6 times. Like Jesus Christ.
If we gonna compare rap sheets, let's compare the rap sheets. We talking overall. We're talking
You're right.
overall, bro. We talking
You're right.
overall. I
Yeah,
said yin. That's why I said yin and yang. 50-50. That's why I said that. Because if we're gonna get real technical, we're gonna be all night with this shit. If we're gonna talk about rap sheets, if we're gonna talk about
all
who's
you
the better
niggas got
father to
is
their kids, who's the better father to their kids, who was the most faithful to their wives, you know what I'm saying? We getting real technical. That's why I said yin
yeah,
and
I don't
yang.
know. That's
Who's giving both? Who
have to
from
go
the era is
generalities.
giving both?
I always argue generalities because none of it is personal with me. Like the rape charge,
Mm-hmm.
that shit's public. Like all of the things that I'm speaking about is just public information.
Okay, he served 9 months. What we talking about?
and then
He served
was
his
it
9 months.
sexual
He
assault
admitted
or was it rape?
he was
Huh?
convicted of first degree
Come
sexual
on, man.
abuse,
Talk about it.
not
Okay,
rape.
it wasn't great.
It
Okay,
wasn't. It wasn't that. So
God damn. Free R. Kelly then, right?
go ahead. You try to
Yeah,
put
so
R. Kelly in this.
I'm just saying, make an excuse for me.
Nah, you already know how we
Because,
feel about what R. Kelly
because
did.
niggas
Come on
get
now, let's talk
all
exactly.
about
niggas get
the
all
impact
no,
he
yeah,
has
I
in
just want
social
to understand where the scale was at. That's
between.
all.
Oh
I
shit!
mean,
Not free R. Kelly, right?
I'm saying, y'all
straight
know I'm gonna spice
trash
it up. It's the
that
Sice
was
Room.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna spice it
damn.
up, but I have to
He funny
understand
as shit.
where is the middle ground then, guys, as a culture, so I can understand what is acceptable and what's not. Because we accept certain things from certain people that society is telling us, hey, these people are cool and we
You
should worship
already
these
said it
people.
because you
And
listen to NBA, but you're not letting your sons listen to him. But unless it's through you, but they're gonna listen to it because he's the new guy.
no, they
So
listening through me, but they don't understand it.
as parents, we gotta make the control of our household. Like when I was growing up, I couldn't listen to no rap.
So how the
But
fuck do
my
you know about
peoples
Hit
was
'Em Up?
listening to it. My peoples was listening to it. So, but that's is that not repeated in the generations? So it's like, okay, the influence. I know all the Tupac because why? All my cousins, my uncle, my mother, everybody was listening to it. So, as parents now, do we want to listen to that shit because our kids are going to listen to it, even though we don't want them to? So, I
Yeah,
think that's
and
the
they're gonna
start
listen
right
to it.
there.
'Cause I can't stop them from listening to it because their friends gonna listen to it, da da da. But guess what I can do as a dad? Let them know that these niggas are fucking entertainers. You don't idolize these people. You don't worship the words they saying. You don't try to live the life they're living. You don't think that none of these niggas are so above the world that nobody could be compared to them and go down any of those type of rabbit holes. They
Yeah,
are
but the thing
they're
about Tupac
entertaining you.
is he's non-comparable, my guy. And I'm not saying it on no like on the bandwagon, none of that. He's non-comparable because for our culture, Tupac has set a mark. So if we still can't even really name nobody to compare to him. That's phenomenal
Kanye.
right there.
How about Kanye?
Kanye to Tupac?
Kanye did more shit than Tupac did.
But you said the generation though,
And he
because
done
because
influenced
because I put Kendrick Lamar over Kanye.
as far as like what he did positively.
You talking about Kanye?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good comparison. I'm not gonna lie.
Hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. Just so I can know, y'all putting Tupac at the top of y'all
Kanye.
influential artists of like great artists of like their influential good shit.
Who
Nah,
Tupac?
I'm just saying. I'm
Yeah.
just saying you're
He's an
comparing. I came in here
influential
on you
artist,
comparing them.
not good. I mean,
You're
Out of all
yeah.
the
comparing.
artists
Oh,
though,
hold on, I gotta get my charger.
out of overall artists now.
Cause see, y'all confusing me a little bit because with the young boy comparison, it was more of the cult like chokehold he has on them, even though he perpetuates not so savory things, and we see the whole world like as the youth follow that trend. We did the same shit with Tupac, and I think we took more of the rebellious nature and all of that more than niggas took that Black Pride shit.
Nah, not me. I was more attracted to the humanitarian side of them.
What did he do that was humanitarian? African American, I know that speech. Spit at the camera, shot a fed. His mother was an activist. Come on, guys, educate me. We ain't just
He
going
has
to
a
spit in nice
he
little
actually
sound
has
bites.
a foundation that
Him when
helps
he
children
live, it was in
and families and
his mother and
communities.
him. I'm talking about him. He started that when he was in the prime of his career at them award shows promoting his foundation.
But how could he? Well, he
Over
died when he was 25. So of course it's going to come out to his death. But at the same extent, while he was alive, he was still active. He was still in the community. You know what I'm saying he was still reaching the children in a positive aspect in a way, telling them not to be gangsters. Even though that's what he rapped about. NBA YoungBoy isn't doing that.
is he not
So,
doing
so
that?
that's when it comes to
That's what I'm
being
saying, guys.
humanitarian, and he
Whoa,
also
hold guys.
spreaded a
Oh,
positive
okay.
message in his music.
Do we know for a fact that he's not doing that? Because he is doing that. So I'm saying, do we know for a fact he's not doing that before we say that? That's why I'm asking y'all to educate me. I've seen Young Boy in his spot at Utah on interviews explaining the trauma when he grew up, how he has certain issues, and how the youth should not want to go through the things he went through and do the things he did.
But that's not what's been mostly broadcasted, bro. From his aspect of like, if you had to put it on a chart to do 50-50 to put it on a scale,
Who should we
it
blame for
had to
that?
be like 80-20.
Who should we blame for that? Shouldn't we blame us, our media networks and platforms, to not educate people that, hey, this young boy got all of the influence and et cetera, but he actually trying to change his life around. He actually is creating music videos and certain things from the house and still, you know what I'm saying, catering to his fans and making things happen and trying to promote a positive message now.
No, because if you comparing Pac and NBA YoungBoy again, the community didn't do that for Pac. Pac people did that for him. He did that for himself. So that's up to
Shit,
NBA
me.
YoungBoy to like publicize that more
Shit, me.
than the negative side.
Shit, me. We know about all this pop shit because they damn near forced this shit down our throat. This nigga that
Nah,
had
not for me. I'm
anniversaries.
saying not for me. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, this
Like,
nigga had, you know how many anniversary
I
birthdays
actually
and death
like
days he done had by now?
grew up listening to Pac. Like, my mother would buy me CDs, buy me the DVDs. Like, I wanted to learn about Pac. I wanted to find the other side of him. You know what I'm saying? I knew it was the
Man,
gangster side.
I ain't gonna lie, I ain't know no other side. I grew up listening to that nigga too. All that shit was the drama. Kind of like the Dirks and Young Boys and all of this shit we got today. Are we having revisionist history right now, guys? I rock with the shit Pac did. I'm definitely a Pac fan. He's definitely still in my top 5. It's from musically,
Yeah, I fuck with
sonically.
NBA too, but he's not comparable to like Pac as far as like
To you,
influence. If you just talk
to
about
you, to
the
the
negative
youth, bro.
influence,
Come on, bro.
if you just keeping the East Coast, West Coast, and the spitting in the camera and the charges, then yeah, you could compare them. But if you want to do like a full scope, nah. Like
No,
Hook
you have
News
to
said
understand.
earlier, there's
To
like
the youth, though.
nobody in this generation that's really a
To the youth,
humanitarian.
do you feel like everybody, right? Everybody that's 20 and under right now, that Tupac is the same to them versus what Youngboy is to them? I don't want y'all to move the context of the conversation. Y'all think Tupac, 20 and under, Tupac is still way more influential to the 20 and under than NBA Youngboy is today.
Because that's not what the younger generation is on right now. They more so on what NBA is on.
And that's
They
what
not
I'm trying to
on being a
explain.
humanitarian. They more on that shit, low vibrational shit.
Shit, me. But Pac, we was on that Pac low vibrational shit. That's what I think. That's why we all fuck with him, because he had the duality, right?
Right. NBA Youngboy doesn't have the duality.
Is it? But that's what I'm saying, guys. Is it because of lack of education? Because y'all keep saying these things are absolutes, but he said these same things, and maybe he ain't as fluent. But
Hey, little B said, "Who's your favorite rapper? Whoever you think it is." At the end of the day, bro.
that's a great segue, because I don't even know how we got to the NBA situation. But for my well, we gonna go straight to the smoke. All right, y'all. Next up, man, we got the Sice Report, the new film, man, by Tyler Perry, man. We talking about The Straw. My bad. New film Straw has social media split. Some praise it as powerful Black storytelling, while others call it trauma porn in disguise.
Dang.
Let's break it down, y'all. We got Tyler Perry, who produced it, man. The themes is basically based on poverty, betrayal, survival. Is straw a necessity? Is it necessary for our culture? And is it a mirror of our struggles? Or is it manipulative use of pain for Tyler Perry to go viral and sell a movie?
I feel, honestly, I'm kind of still stuck off of that last conversation and drained a little bit. So you might have to double back on me because my mind is still in a loop.
I'm sorry. Yeah. I feel like Tyler Perry always make horror films. Like this one is no different. I mean, and when I say horror films, I mean just like there's always some type of emphasis on the exploitation, like featuring the like not really exploitation, but kind of just exploiting the struggles of Black women and what we go through for profit. And then I think also it just being seen more through a lens of his own rather than through the eyes of Black women who can contribute to writing or having a more conducive role to play when he does create these films. I think that most of this stuff is through his eyes. Yeah, he be cutting up. I mean, I get it, but it's just like it's the same old thing, and it's kind of annoying to me. I think like this one is probably a movie I only see one time, just like Full Color Girls and just different things like that that I would just like put in the realm of like a horror film in terms of just always putting us in this light of hurt, struggling, etc. It's just always going too far for me. So I mean, if that's what he liked to write about, I mean, whatever. But I'm just not always completely here for that all the time. So that's my take on it.
You hear me?
Yes, sir.
I I feel like it's a little bit of both, man. I don't feel like it's no different from how he got in the game with the plays. You know, I do feel like he take it far, but at the same time, it's a scenario that's really going on for every scene he gives us in these movies that we watch. You know, these plays that we attend to. You know, him playing Medea, you know, waving the pistol, you know, like everything, you know, it's a little bit of both, you know, it's showing our people in its rawest form, and these stories do need to be told. And I also feel like it's one of those, either let them do it or we gonna do it. Somebody gonna do it. Somebody gonna tell a story. You know, I seen Straw. I feel like he did good, but I felt like it was a lot of over the top situations going on. But I think he was really trying to pull at heartstrings for shock factor. Like I think he wanted the shock value, like really like back to back to back trauma, back to back to back. Like what else can I do? More trauma, more trauma, more trauma. Because you know, if you look at the industry and the type of movies coming out, it's like how you gonna stand out? You know, it was a very touching film, man. You know, very, 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 very touching. The plot twist at the end spanked my ass, man. You know, to know that that woman was really, you know, gone in the mind and the baby was already gone, and she just played that whole scene just talking to herself. You know, so that brings awareness to, you know, how people could really be out of their mind during the grieving process. Like she could have been already out of her mind before she had the situation with her daughter, you know, but a lot of people wait to after the fact to try to help, wait till it's too late to try to help. And I felt like that displayed that in a strong way. You know, by the time everybody is catching on and giving a fuck, you know, feeling where she coming from, feeling sorry for her, it's too late. It's at the end. It's at the end, you know. But I do feel like he exploit our people. But like I said, our people are the same people that got him where he is today from these same movies, you know. So I feel like it's a little bit of both, man. But somebody's going to do it, whether they're going to be accurate with the storytelling, or they're going to be false with it. Someone's going to do it. It's a tough job, but somebody got to do it. And you know, this man been in the game for quite some time, delivering these type of films. You know, and it always been, you know, talked about how he plays strongly for the women and really dogs the guys. You know, but then when you see how Straw came out, it's like, is it really that bad, or is this something we really need to see? Because what I got from it at the end of it, you know, was that our women need patience. You really get to see, you know, a sister go through so much in one day. And this could be anybody, you know, in your local Walmart, your 7-Eleven, you know, like patience. Like you never know what, you know, our women are going through. You know, and they could really be at that wit's end. Like just you giving that little bit of disrespect, that little lack of patience, that little lack of empathy and consideration. But if you had any idea of what this person went through before they encountered you, would you still be that rude? Would you still be disregarding and inconsiderate to that person? I don't think most people would. And I think that movie displayed how we need to really learn to be considerate and have patience for one another. Because everybody, life is a movie, and everybody's going through shit in their own way, form, or fashion. Just your little bit of disrespect can send it to a whole nother direction, you know? So that's how I feel about it. I feel like it's a little bit of both.
Dang. I love Tyler Perry. I love Tyler Perry because he not just a filmmaker. He's a game changer for Black storytelling. The latest film, Straw, proves his evolving. Um, because what matters most is ownership, real story, and representation. Him building Tyler Perry Studios and becoming the first Black man to own a major film studio. I mean, that's phenomenal because he's giving so many people the opportunity to be a part of that. Um, let's see. His films, I feel like they blend a strong faith base, resilience, and hope alongside with the pain. But that combination connects deeply with the everyday Black person to see, and it reflects their life honestly on screen. So I feel like what Roach said, like have be safe, bro. Have just have our own people tell it, because they gonna critique you if it's a white man, if it's a Black man. So I feel like it being our brother, like how Brother Roach was able to say how he depict the patience that's needed for our women. Would that be said if it was a white man that was producing this? So there'd be a whole different thing. So I really appreciate that, because I feel like that's what Straw was created to do, for the men to see that the woman needs more patience.
Yeah, I didn't see the movie, but I feel like everybody touched on good points. So I don't really have nothing to say about it.
Sharif's face says everything. I did have I don't know if I would say a pleasure of seeing the movie. I definitely start off by saying I'm a very vicious critic of music and movies, so I feel like that's the same thing. Now, I'm not one of those I can't see slave movies and stuff, because I can watch the slave, I can watch all of the hard stuff. I felt like, and granted, I think somebody said he got his own studio and da da da. So I would, that gave me a different perspective real quick, and re enlighten me that, give him a little bit more grace. But I felt like with all of that trauma, Straw could have been a series on Netflix, because it was on Netflix. Why not be a limited series and do like 4 episodes? I think it just seems so rushed. It's like, Jesus, he felt like he could think of the worst day in the world for a Black woman, and then made a movie about it. And it was just like, God damn, homie. Like, some of it I was like, dang, yeah, I understand. Then it was just like, all right, all right, like, all right, all right, like, all right, like, damn. Now it was like, all right, Taraji. Some of
Did
this
you
shit,
see? I'm
it's
sorry.
like, if you're retarded now, like, some of this I don't feel bad for. Sorry y'all, but some decisions in the movie I was like, no, I don't, like, that's not something we should be perpetuating. That
Nah, bro, that's mental health. That mental health piece, you gotta think of the depiction and the depth that he was able to sit and write in. Like my daughter that was in the hospital, I could have snapped. Like, I thank God for having my sanity after watching that movie.
all
I'm
right,
not
so
gonna lie.
with that point, let me just ask every single person on the panel that did see the movie. Sorry, Ace.
I know.
All the way up to the school part when her child got taken. You guys felt bad because, damn, her child got taken, or y'all felt bad because y'all felt like she should have remained custody of her child? No, no, no,
I
no,
mean,
no. We ain't doing that shit. Come on, y'all. All the way up to the point where her child got taken. I'm talking about not none of the stuff afterwards. We're not gonna give her the
Not
benefit of
knowing
the doubt.
that
I'm not
her
gonna be
child.
disingenuous. She didn't get fired yet. None of that. I'm not gonna be disingenuous, right? She didn't get fired. She ain't put no gun on nobody. She ain't catch nobody. None of that bullshit. All the way up to the point where her child got supposedly taken, or etc. Do y'all feel like that woman there was a fit mother and she should have had that child? Or was we just being emotional and just feel like, damn, her child getting taken, we don't want that to happen?
That's fucking crazy to ask.
No, it's not.
But
It's a
I
real, it's
but
a
I
real simple question. We
appreciate
all
no,
watched
I
the movie.
appreciate the question. I appreciate the question. It's just crazy to ask, only because there's so many mothers in that situation and scenario, and it's like answering that is so pandering, because it's like it's mothers that's in that situation and kids is like that. You saying she
Man,
had
no,
the
no, 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 no.
hold on, she had the
Okay,
science
I'm listening.
project. Like, you gotta think like the significant value of how she was mothering it,
ooh,
like. I don't know because the kid being hungry and all that, like certain stuff, it added to being like, damn, she might do need to have this kid taken and be reevaluated because she ain't paid it. You know what I'm saying? Like, is she overwhelmed? Like, I get the question of saying that, but it's like I would say I can't even answer on one side only because like you could tell she was a good mother, but the conditions that she was facing in her mothering, it was like it was a tough one. Like she could have overcame it, but then her kid going in the system might have helped that a little bit faster, so she could think. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't. I didn't feel bad when the daughter got taken. Actually, if you want to know like directly, like I felt like, damn, all right, she got a break real quick. If that answers the question, because it's like I knew they wasn't gonna take the daughter. Like I don't know, in my head, I just knew the daughter was taken. So it's like, okay, well, at least that's one less worry right this moment right now because she kept trying to get the medicine. And I know that that's like being poor and trying to get medication for a child that got a special, like, that's, you know what I'm saying? She barely had the money to even pay for anything. Like, and you see that number one thing that she was ready to care about. She didn't even want the money from the bank. She just wanted her daughter's medicine.
I feel I'm not gonna hold you. I was fucked up about it. I was fucked up about it, because I felt like it was a day of consistent failure. I didn't even think whether that needed to happen, that's supposed to happen. I was just like, damn, they done took her fucking child. She's the only one that's going to be on point with giving the child her medication. You know what I'm saying? So not only she got to worry about her child getting the medication and whoever she's going to be in the care of getting the medication, she got to worry about what other shit that can happen in the care. You know how this weird shit is when, you know what I'm saying, kids get taken away. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? These kids be getting touched on, all kinds of shit. And the way Tyler Perry was leading that movie, I was like, oh no, I hope we're not about to go into a scenery with baby girl about to be going through some shit while she taken away. And we seeing what Taraji going through in the meanwhile. I thought it was about to be like double time trauma. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't stop at that moment to think like, well, I bet. All right, or you know what I'm saying? She being irresponsible. I ain't really pay attention to how irresponsible or what was supposed to happen. I didn't even look at it like that. I was just like, God damn. For real? Like, damn. Baby girl about to be without the mat. Like, I ain't, boy, that shit fuck with me, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. You know what I'm saying? So it definitely emotionally got me. It blinded me from even considering her putting herself in that situation. But I already knew she wasn't right in the mind due to everything going on. She already looked blanked out, like emotionally tapped out. The way her landlord was treating her while she on the way, you know what I'm saying, getting evicted, and when you experience these things personally, that shit, it wrapped them heartstrings up. Nah, for real. Straight up. So, nah, I definitely didn't consider those things.
But you thought but you not considering, you thought she also should have kept she should have kept the child.
Nah, I didn't even think whether she should have kept it. I was just more so affected by the child getting taken away. I felt she needed a break. I was hoping for a break. You know what I'm saying? I was hoping for a guy to come in somewhere in the picture. Sometimes they bring the guy in the picture. You know what I'm saying? Kind of help lift it up. He got his own circumstances
or something. God damn.
I was more so hoping for that rather than thinking like, nah, she ain't need that child to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Sharice.
See, I think usually with social services and how they operate and do things, it's like it's depending on the severity of what they feel the child may be going through or dealing with. Like they were saying something about not coming to school clean or bruises and different things like that. Oftentimes, usually that will prompt someone, usually it should prompt the teachers or something. I'm not saying that they should or shouldn't, but when you're in the school environment, you're already automatically a mandated reporter. So anytime you see something going on with a child, it is their job to report something if they feel like something is wrong. But I do think to outright take her without a proper investigation is wrong in any situation where it's like you don't know if there's any abuse going on or anything like that. It's more so an assumption that's being made. So I think like the way they did that in the movie was real weird to me almost. I mean, like she was coming to school and y'all just take her unless y'all don't really know what actually took place. You know, falling in the bathtub and like her actually hitting her child is two different things. So, you know, I mean, I don't know, man. I think that a lot of times, you know, single moms get a lot of bad breaks, you know, like the dad's not around, different things like that. And sometimes, you know, a lot of that burden is on the mother to perform at work, perform for the child and be the best that, you know, and be the overall best and feel and you know, fulfilling both roles. You know what I'm saying? I do think a lot of that is messed up. And I think anytime your child is taken from you, that's the most worst experience that you could ever deal with or go through, period. It's not anything that you could be able to fathom or under, you know, or be able to really, you know, you wouldn't be able to take something like that. I don't know how she went on with her dad, to be honest, within that movie. After something like that happened, I would have completely broke the fuck down right there. But you know, I don't think that in this case that she really deserved it, because we could see in the movie her doing the best she can. Their job is to try to maybe give her some resources and maybe try to fucking help her, instead of the first thing that they resort to is snatching the kid from her. So, you know, I mean, just in context of, you know, before we knew that she was going through a mental situation, you know, I felt like that was kind of crazy. So yeah.
So she should have kept her child.
Oh yeah.
What you got, Ace?
Ain't see the movie.
I ain't seen the movie.
Oh shit, my bad. I forgot.
Yeah.
What you got, Z? By the time where the school took her child, she, you know, was they wrong or did they have a legitimate gripe?
I think they were wrong in the manner of it because that little girl had a medical condition and her mother was telling her like we need her meds, like unless that baby was getting beat up, you see that the baby tried to talk to her mom, like slow her down. Like she was even saying that anxiousness could trigger her to like have some complications. So I just feel like if they wanted to be mindful in the sense of the legalities and what they're supposed to do as a teacher, you should also make sure that that child is safe. So if the parent is saying this child needs X, Y, and Z, they didn't even grab the medicine from mom. They didn't ask no kind of questions. They didn't even like. It seemed like they were far removed. So like, what are you trying to do for real? But I just feel like they could have been more attentive. I did not like the way they pulled her off because there's like extreme situations where children should be yanked from homes like that and they're not. And it's just like she wasn't in that situation. So that like the baby shouldn't have been handled like that. Mom shouldn't have been traumatized through that. Like, what the heck? You see your baby getting pulled off, and she's hollering and screaming. You hollering and screaming. Like,
They gotta ask y'all something else, right? How do y'all feel about the role Tiana Taylor played? The empathetic cop.
It was nice to see it
it
though.
was nice to see. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Because
nice.
cars be ready to shoot you, they be ready to take you out, okay? Especially us. So I think it was nice to see that kind of thing. We know that's not really realistic so much, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, I mean, they talk you down for a little bit, but then they coming in. They not
No,
about to be playing all that. But I think for the movie's sake, you know, I was okay with what she was trying to do and how they were trying to, you know, portray that. I was okay with that. You know, the hair and stuff, you know, that's a whole nother story. But yeah.
Okay. So with the hair.
Yeah. You know, they kept making a big deal of that wig, you know. Shout out
Yeah, I
to
think
Pink.
I do. I think I do gotta give them grace though. You know what I'm saying? Because I haven't produced no shit like that. So I think it would have been so fire if he did a fuck that Netflix limited series stuff. If he
Yeah.
did like a good full 5 episodes, and at least stretch some of them dramatic situations out. I
Yeah, I
just
like
felt
the
like
beauty in black, but this one I just, you know, it'd be too much, you
yeah, it
know.
was too much. He was
Yeah,
right
a
up,
lot of trauma.
like the whole movie. He just was punching the shit out you. Like
Yeah.
Then she getting robbed. I'm like, damn, that's fucked
I
up.
know.
Like, get a
I
little shit.
know.
Then she get the gun. Then it's like, oh, nigga, like, man,
He blaming her. She shoot him. I said,
what's going on here?
yeah, it was gut punch after gut punch. It really was.
Do we think it was disingenuous not explain Tyler Perry not explaining nothing about the dad?
I guess we were supposed to catch it. I guess it was self-explanatory, I guess. I mean, he should have said more about the dad. I'm glad you asked that question. Like, I do think maybe some background on that, we could probably get a better understanding of the situation and, or whatever. But I mean, I guess usually those situations are not uncommon where, fathers are not present. So it's not an uncommon thing. So maybe he didn't feel the need to. I didn't say nothing.
You try to get me started.
No, I'm saying, I mean, realistically though, I mean, we just got to be real about it. Yes, there's a lot of fathers that are there for their children. Don't start with me, Trey. There is, but I'm saying in context to this film, and like I said, this is Tyler Perry writing from a woman's perspective. So we all have to keep that in mind too. He doesn't have any other people writing with him or writers' rooms or nothing. He writes all the stuff himself. He made that very clear. So to me, it's coming from his perspective through his eyes, what he sees and what he knows about our community, which is that a lot of the mothers are single without a lot of participation from the dads. And that's just the truth,
So
and
Tyler,
explain it's not right.
Stories. Why would he not explain those stories?
We need
Maybe
to
explain those stories before we try to explain.
I feel like that was the if you know you know approach. Like he literally zoned in on this specific people that you're gonna know exactly why the father isn't in this picture. I felt like the father
because it's a
needed
systemic
backstory.
issue. Like this is a black mother on welfare, you know what I'm saying, in a very dire need for systemic assistance. Like this isn't your average, but this is a lot of mother stories. So putting a father in that position, ain't no father like it's not gonna be two income households struggling like that. You know what I'm saying? It's very rare. Those are the rare stories. So because he does highlight single black mothers as his, complexity and resilience of motherhood. That's why I feel like he didn't put a father.
What?
Yeah, because look at the character that Janiyah. Who was the father gonna be?
The movie definitely lacked by not having
This is what I want to ask you guys, because y'all saying it's so evident. So everybody asked me what kind of character who was evidently the father? He was what?
No, I'm saying like from what I see, it shows like how the system fails the man and the woman. You know what I'm saying? Creating a family like this. Like I don't look at it like, oh, this is you know what I'm saying? Like this is a challenging family in the sense of the father could have been locked up. The father could have been dead.
Yeah.
And like that's how I wasn't looking at it like, oh, damn, like when came time when she was about to get taken, when the little I was wondering, but I was like, damn, I don't know, like
Yeah, or another family member that could have took the baby.
yeah,
You
like
right.
another
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, like I don't know, I ain't never think about it that though.
That's
No
what
funny,
that's
like
where the movie lacked that right there because it didn't give a backstory on why the dad isn't there. Is he dead? Is
right.
he locked up? Was
Yeah.
he not? Could he not handle monitoring baby girl with her seizures? You know what I'm saying? Was that like a turn off? You know what I'm saying? Like what is the reason? Why is the dad not there? Like if they would have showed a B-roll of the dad.
I know why the dad wasn't there.
You know what I'm saying? All of that. You know, they ain't getting no backstory.
I think we all know why
I
the dad
think they were showing a common stereotype, a typical stereotype that we see a lot. I mean, I'm just saying, like, it's a lot of situations like that where dad is nowhere to be found at all. In those situations got to be highlighted just as much as the dad out there on the corner and whatever else.
What part of those situations got to be highlighted?
It's just, I mean, it don't gotta be, but that's his right.
No, they gotta be, but what part of it? What part of the choice gotta be highlighted?
I mean,
y'all know what the fuck Tyler Perry was doing. It's real easy not to even say the nigga was dead, because then you'll have to give her accountability for even wanting to be with the type of nigga that'll be dead. And then what you gonna give him a catastrophic work accident? You gonna do some real weird ass shit?
He could have died. He could have died from cancer. He could have died from all kinds of shit.
Look at Trey.
But that's not the norm. We talking about the first two things y'all said, which I already know everybody leaning to, is dead or in jail.
That's not the Tyler Perry. That's definitely not the
And
Tyler
the
Perry
nigga
way.
died, it ain't
Way.
cancer. The nigga in jail, he ain't in jail. He in jail because of what?
Yeah.
Street
So
shit.
you saying that it just should have been the father should have been explored more. That's what you saying.
What's that shit? That
He was
country
a
that country
thug.
trail shit they doing now? Line dancing? Like, come on, y'all. What the
You
fuck?
funny.
You knew why that nigga ain't put no daddy in there. Because the daddy would have had to make Taraji have a small sense of accountability. And he had to make a movie where the mother can have no accountability. The whole world is against her. These things are just fucking catastrophic. And it's nothing possible. She just needs fucking angel wings.
But she is bearing the accountability though, Trey. She got the responsibility of the child. That's always accountability. When you don't
Right.
run from your responsibility.
And that's the accountability of not saying who the father of the child is. So
who is that on?
Now we could exactly.
That's on the mother.
Imagination. Niggas have to use their imagination to make him whatever the worst kind of nigga to not be there, or the most victimized type of nigga to not be there, so we can make her situation acceptable to feel sorry for.
Yeah, he probably should have touched on that a
It's
bit
going
more.
to automatically make you assume. It's going to automatically make you assume it got to be something bad on why the father's not around. Because
niggas ain't even think about that.
Why would you leave a woman?
He said niggas didn't even think about the dad.
Look, you know who else he didn't think about? He didn't even think about the dad's family. When she was on the news, they played her mama, then let it seem like her mama was ghetto and it was an unconducive situation. But regardless, she still had her fucking mama to call her to even care about her in a crisis like this, because they raiding her motherfucking house. But where was the other family? The other families be apart. Even if the dad don't be apart, the other families be apart. Grandmas and all type of shit be apart.
He definitely erased that whole side.
That nigga knew what he was doing, and I'm with it because y'all need a movie. The fuck? You know what I'm saying?
That don't come on. That don't come on.
It's just like
that don't come on starting after the father's not around. With no explanation.
He just made it so much where it's like, come on, bro, you kind of.
I don't think it would have been as emotional if it was a father in it. Like, so he made it intentionally for the high emotions. Like, if it was a father, like you said, the accountability level would have been different. So the emotional stakes wouldn't have been the same either.
Even if she mentioned him, I mean, she could have mentioned him without like a.
I don't think it would have been as emotional if the father was. I mean, mentioned. Then it creates a whole different plot twist.
Look though, what he did make sure he showed the older lady ain't had older black lady ain't had no remorse for a younger black lady.
That's a
it wasn't
typical
no
story.
Mexican, no Indian, it was no ET. It was a black woman who put her shit out there in the motherfucking rain, knowing she had a little kid.
Yeah, but I love how he showed the bank lady and the police officer like having grace for her, because it'll be those ones that, like, I think as a black woman, it'll be those black women that you don't have a relationship with, or that really know you, that can vouch for your character, versus somebody that really do know her and see that she a mother. You know what I'm saying? It's like she was money hungry, so that showed like all the. I feel like it showed a lot of the different characteristics of black women actually.
Mm-hmm. Especially the youngin that had no empathy.
Yeah, the little young bank teller joint.
Yeah, that represents
she
a lot
was
of the younger
blowing me.
don't give
was
a fuck
she wrong? Was she wrong?
Was she wrong?
Yes, I'm asking you. Was
He
she
told
wrong?
myself, was she wrong? I mean, she played the character. She played a good character for
No, was she
how these young
wrong?
black.
Period. Was she wrong?
She
Man.
once she saw what happened, she still didn't have empathy.
There's somebody in there waving a fucking gun.
I mean,
But she's hearing
she
what's
should
going
have
on.
just cashed the
Man,
check. What
She's
you
hearing
talking about? She should have just cashed the
what's
check
going on.
anyway. What? You talking about some, is she wrong? Her dumb ass should have just cashed the check.
Because everybody on the panel had a gun in their face before, right?
Man, she should have just
And that's
cashed
not
the
to be in
check.
nobody's
What are you
personal
saying to me?
business. But if you can raise your hand and be like, yeah, I did have one. How fucking composed was you when that shit was in your fucking grill? when you can
What
see
I'm
the
telling you
hole of the
is,
gun and you can see
I
the
would have
shiny
cashed a
bullet
check
in the
and
hole.
we wouldn't have been getting held up,
How
guys.
composed was you? Like,
Once you, I'm not
that's
saying
real
she's
life,
not supposed to
guys.
be shaken. I'm not saying she wasn't supposed to be shaken up when it happened. Once that shit got explained, what was really going on, and that shit hit the news, and they're watching everything that's going on, she still didn't have no empathy.
Nah, she showed a young black girl though. That was a perfect role to show, like, cause it was like a lot of empathy,
There's
and
a
then
lot
it
of
was
people
like
like that though.
it's
It
a
I'm
lot
trying
is.
to
of
tell you.
It
yeah.
That's what
is.
I'm just
It
asking. I'm
is.
just trying to figure out
You
how
ain't-
what the
It is.
panel feel like. There's a lot of people that's like, hey, she could have a lot of shit going on, but that doesn't mean what the shit she got going on should put me through this as well.
Yeah, that's
Y'all
why she
saying
should have just cashed that check though.
we seen
See,
her
she
struggle.
was taking a job a little too serious, and she's one of them type want to take things too serious, and shit got serious on her ass, and she was
Look,
looking
look, look,
crazy as
look, look,
shit.
look. See, this is where you throwing me off. Because
No,
you was one of the people that made me make sure I watched this goddamn movie before this episode, right?
yeah,
So where's the irony of her doing the same thing when she was at work?
she
She
should have
did the
just
same.
cashed.
She did the same exact thing when she was at work.
And
Told
couldn't.
them they can't do certain shit with their EBT. They
Yeah,
called
Oh yeah,
yep.
damn,
up. She gonna go
yeah,
through the
that
same
was her
situation.
karma. That was her fucking karma.
So now I
I
want
ain't
to
even
ask
remember
y'all
that.
again.
All
How how
right,
how was she wrong?
nah, she
Because
wasn't.
she don't want to compromise her job. She don't want to be in the fucking bank with a bitch with a gun who now y'all talking about something. She seen her whole story in the news. She seen that the bitch killed somebody today on the news, y'all. I don't give a fuck what this nigga old person went
She
through.
should have figured
I'm in
something
this
out then.
motherfucker.
She should have started to try to get crunchy then. Instead of acting how she was acting. Cause me, I'm
She was
telling
trying to
you,
get out of there.
yeah, that's what she
That's
should
how
have.
she was acting.
That's it. That she played a really good role.
Trying to get out the door. She trying to get the fuck. Niggas trying to. The movie trying to make her look crazy because she trying to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, I'm about to
And
say I
then,
don't know what bank you could go to without your ID and be able to cash a check.
like,
Anything.
come on. And blood on the check. Like, bitch, cut the blood
Yeah,
on the check. Hey, bro, get
Nah,
this
they
shit out of
knew
here, bro.
her. Come on,
Nah,
they knew her,
it
bruh.
don't matter.
The boss telling her she know her. She being there. The boss confirmed that.
Exactly.
She
The
know
They
boss.
her
could have
because
cashed a
what is
check,
their
bruh.
God,
policy.
The boss told her to cash a check.
God, God.
Exactly.
She barely even cashed it. She gave her all that damn money. The girl ain't even asked for. The
I
girl was
know we
scared out of
being
her
bait,
brains.
guys. Like, stop what y'all doing, guys. Like, that shit ain't flying nowhere.
Now I agree with Trey because earlier, damn, you was right. In that movie, she said, you can't buy some of these things with the WIC card. It's as simple as that.
Yeah,
She
like,
did. That
how
was
do
her
you say?
karma. Nah, that was her karma. I said it. That's it. All right.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
Because
it's the
what, you
same
trying to
thing.
keep your job. All right,
Cause
cool. You and
that
Shorty trying
definitely
to keep your
showed
job.
like universal. It definitely showed like a lot of universal um like patterns, like the things that cause I mean he can't even write a movie about my life. After seeing that joke, like I said, I was glad at my sanity, but I still don't think he could write a movie about mine. So it's more so one of them things where it was like, dang, if things were different, and like you said, if it was a father figure, the accountability I have to be there, that factor I have to be there majorly because there still have to be co-parenting or the mention of him would have to be something tragic like you said. So I don't think Tyler Perry creates that double trauma. It would have at least been some type of balance. So I appreciate the fact that he didn't do that because I don't really know what he even really do for the men. Like as far as he do create different roles and stuff like that for y'all, but it be some crazy roles for y'all when he do include y'all. Cause think
He be
about why
fucking
did I
us
get
up.
married?
He be fucking us up. Yeah, that's a good movie. Angry Black Woman. He be fucking us up. I ain't
Co-writers.
gonna lie.
He should
Yeah.
He
solo
make
though.
black men. He make black men look crazy.
Did
Yeah,
y'all see the scrutiny, the rumor right now? I don't think it's true,
I
but
saw it.
Oh, you
what
know,
y'all
I
think
know.
about
For
that?
that bag.
That's what I'm
What,
at.
what
Nah, this
happened?
nigga, no, nigga. That's what I'm asking y'all. What y'all think about that?
What
What
happened?
y'all think?
Tyler
Man,
Perry got a
this
Diddy,
the
R.
age where
Kelly.
everybody's on
He got a
some coins.
scandal on him now, bro. from a white boy
Oh,
from the Oval. Yep.
I don't think he did it, bruh. I don't think that's Tyler Perry number. The text messages look so out of whack. It's like
Hey, bro.
anybody can save a number and say it's Tyler
oh
Perry.
shit.
Guys, y'all have to understand. Y'all have to understand. Even all of us, y'all know the
You
interactions
said
y'all
white
have
boy
with
from the
people.
Oval?
Bro, a lot of
Yeah.
people can call these interactions sexual this, sexual that.
Niggas
So
knew, and
like,
then my thing is, if you was in a bed with Tyler Perry, what you thought? Like, I don't know, like, cause they wasn't acting together. So it's like
say
niggas
they not taking niggas down because of their character. They taking all these niggas down based off sexual assault,
vicious.
making niggas scared to slang the yang.
Mm.
Yeah, but he's sleeping with men, so I don't know if that's
Oh
like,
yeah, not him in particular.
Oh shit.
yeah,
Dude,
I don't know if
Married though, Tyler
sexual
Perry.
assault harassment.
Married
I thought he was married to some girl, some lady. I thought
to
he
a
was.
man. Tyler Perry's openly gay.
Nah, I thought he
Oh,
was with a woman.
I
He
know
got
you
with a
can stupid
woman.
shit about
Tyler
Spanish.
Perry do not like women.
No, I'm saying, but he's with a woman. He got a child and all of that. So maybe that's his cover up.
Oh nah.
Yeah,
He
well,
like men openly.
Oh, I ain't never heard that. That's my first time hearing that.
how is that?
Openly
Does
like
that?
women.
Hey,
I
look, does
don't know
that
about that.
dictate or do that garnish anything on his legacy?
What? What you mean?
That's probably why he write about women the way he do.
Nah, that nigga, yeah, for sure. But that nigga's gay. That's why he got an accusation with a man.
Yeah, I don't know about openly being gay though,
What?
because he's with some girl. Hold up.
No.
I
Y'all
swear to
gotta, you
God, and he
better
got a
Google
son with
Tyler
her.
Perry's pronouns or something.
Oh,
What?
he's
Who's
been in a
this?
long
Ace,
time
you pulling something up, Ace?
with a lady named Jalila Bakale or some Ethiopian girl. He been like, that's his girlfriend.
Can you see
Apparently.
that joint?
I can put it up here if you showing
Yeah,
something.
pull it up.
What's that?
Probably got a little cover with the girl, but
Oh, it's not letting me see. I gotta stop. I
seen her
can't pull it
before.
up while we streaming.
I know you. I see her, the little Ethiopian junk. She's
Mhm.
pretty.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, nah, that was his. He wanted a baby. That nigga
So,
looks gay.
man, y'all.
Yeah, I
So,
hope that's
so,
not
so, who,
true.
so who are positive black representations in our culture? Then this is an ongoing question because everybody's gay, everybody's
I
snakes.
told you, Denzel,
Everybody's
man. I'm not about to keep going through this with you. I
Denzel.
gave them to you, and you gotta write them down.
No, nigga, you said fucking Russell Wilson and Denzel. That's all
No,
three niggas
no,
I said.
no.
Nigga.
I know you was asking about black love. See, be specific on the question, grandson.
So black men and black
Black
women.
men. You want to do black men? We got some
Yeah,
positive black men.
give me
You,
three.
Ace, Roach, right there. 3 right here. What we talking about?
Nah, they find
Give y'all flowers
they
now.
nah
What?
they find Comus, they gonna find something.
I think in that entertainment space, everybody got their dirt on them. That's the thing. When you in that type of space, you ain't no squeaky clean, none of that. It's just not. Nah, it's not that. That's not the reality of being in the entertainment industry all the
All right,
time.
so not even entertainment. I'm talking about all
Keep his name out of
everything.
stuff.
Who?
What's his face? Michael B. Jordan seems to keep his name out of a lot of things, but I mean, I don't know who I can name.
Hey,
That's
Michael be an
I
actor.
never hear
Okay, he's
about
from here.
Denzel. Never.
Denzel's a good one, and he played
I
a
don't
lot
even
of
know about
iconic
Denzel.
roles. But you can't say he used his influence in in a super terrible way because Book of Eli, if y'all seen that joint, that's like
Yeah, I like
that's a whole different kind of motherfucking movie right there.
that's a powerful piece.
Even Training Day was very powerful.
I ain't like Training Day though.
You ain't like that movie?
It's the role he played. I was like, I know I get it, but I was like, the dirty cop, yeah, I don't know, the dirty detective, going around handling his shit. He was dirty, so I don't know how, he did good doing it though. He did great. He was great at it, but I believed it. He's awesome. I just that one right there, I don't know. I don't like to see us in any of those lights like that. I always want to
It
see
was
us
a picture.
like, but it's just a story, so it's just a movie.
I feel like that depiction was a very great depiction though, because it could go universal for a lot of different roles in life.
Yep.
Uh, you the greatest nigga until you ain't. Until the main story, which I don't know if a lot of people caught in that movie, is he crossed the wrong son at a Las Vegas. He beat up the wrong person. He was a made nigga, everything was perfect, but he just crossed a different culture and hurt the wrong person, and they show him you still a nigga. Cop, not that, nothing, and lit his ass up. See, none of the hood niggas lit him up. The Migos, they was gonna kill the white boy for him. He played some fire roles though, but Denzel is a great. He's been married with his wife for a long time.
Denzel, Ryan Coogler, the director dude.
Oh
We don't
yeah,
know
I
that nigga. We don't know that nigga, bro. Like,
You gotta give him his
now we
credit,
know
bro.
it.
All right,
Now
then
we
give it to
know it,
Spike
nigga.
then. Give it to Spike Lee
I mean,
then.
we can know him if we know. I'm
You
not
know
against
Spike.
it.
You know who Spike Lee is.
Okay, Spike Murray and shit. He good, got kids, and
Spike is chilling.
that's all right. All right, but
Like
I'm with
what age? Like what you know what I'm saying?
because I just be trying to figure out what's the gauge of success in our culture. Who is acceptable, man, woman? Like, what is acceptable in our culture to where who
I
can we
don't think it
grab on?
matters what's acceptable to our culture anymore just because they broaden it. I think it's what you teach your household. Like, how do you teach your village and what you're practicing with you? Because it's gonna be so many peer pressures now. Like, even for young black girls, like the peer pressure for our daughters, it's whole culture, and it's not acceptable nowhere near my house. It wasn't acceptable when I was growing up. So, I think that it's more so like that's what's acceptable though, all around. I mean, the
But that's
mothers
what
is
I'm
at the
scared of.
graduations in booty
That culture
shorts.
that you talk about is what I'm scared of. Everybody fend for their own family. Then there's no village. Then we
Nah,
got.
you be
Then
making
we
that village
always
because the
look to the
conscious
side.
blacks is gonna be together, and the ones that's ratchet is gonna be over like that, and that's what it's gonna be. And then when they get their understanding of evolution, then they gonna have their consciousness. But nobody got time to really keep sitting and trying to pacify certain stuff because they know better.
Well,
Certain
Ace,
people
nah,
know
bring your ass
better.
here, Ace. What I told you before. I've told Ace this before. We had a conversation where you was like, man, I got certain type of knowledge. I'm tired of preaching to nigga. And I said,
But
nigga,
she do got a point though, because some people not gonna want to grasp the concept of anything. You know what I'm saying?
and those people,
Because
your people,
a lot of like gaining knowledge comes with change and sacrifice and detaching from a lot of shit, and a lot of people not ready to do that.
Big sacrifice.
until what? Until they get education from their people. They get enlightenment
No,
from
we
their
it's too
people.
many resources out here, man.
But
I'm
before you
looking at
even get to that, you gotta find truth within yourself, and a lot of people not
self.
ready for
They don't
that.
want to face they
And
self, brother.
who are we to say that about other people?
No, cause
Bro,
I had
it's
to face
evident.
myself. What you talking about? For the people that do actually do the work, to face yourself, the inner work. What? At the point when you get to the other side and you like, oh, I've been trying to reach my hand back out to bring everybody over, but everybody still wants to be ratchet and outside. I'm gonna be over here at peace. I'm not got time for no hot girls, bruh. Especially this summer, cause we're healing.
We ain't learn shit from her. You tell me,
What you talking about? Harriet Tubman was shooting niggas that was snitching in the
right?
Underground Railroad.
In
So,
no. Let's not mischaracterize. In the purpose of making sure the free men could be free. It's a
right.
purpose of
I'm not even
the
letting no
niggas
hot
that's
girls in my
snitching.
village. I'm sorry. If they don't know
Shit,
before they
it
come,
bro. It happens,
no. If
bro.
they don't know
We
before they
always
come
get
the value of
infiltrated.
self, I'm not going to do that extra work, Brody, because I had to do that work on myself. I'm sorry.
And that's the culture I'm saying. Our culture,
No,
we have to stop
we have to teach
perpetuating
each other to empower to know yourself because nobody
that
can teach you nothing.
that uh, every man for themselves shit is why is every
No,
man
it's
for
love
himself.
yourself. It's not
It's
every
not
man for
really like
yourself.
that. Every man for himself is like whoever gravitate towards it, gravitate towards it. You know, there's always going to be polarity. There's always going to be a positive and a negative. You know,
Y'all gravitated to certain
everybody's not
things
going to
because of
like
education,
cheeseburgers. You know what I'm saying? What's up?
right or wrong.
What you saying?
Y'all gravitated to what y'all gravitated because maybe first feeling and all of that, and then education explained the feelings that you had.
Yeah, it all deals with what resonates with you. A lot of shit's not gonna resonate with a lot of people.
So I mean, a
Even if
lot of us,
even if it's facts, like truth doesn't resonate with everybody. I'm saying
I look, I
knowledge of
believe
self,
that.
gaining knowledge of self doesn't resonate with everybody.
I just seen it with Tupac. You feel me? They mad as shit about Tupac, but some things are just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm not making up shit. But do we stop making the point of just letting it know that hey, we brainwashed about certain things and maybe we should reprogram ourselves about what is more acceptable and what shouldn't be more acceptable, what
Yeah,
should be
you do that.
idolized,
Yeah, you do
what
that,
should
and
be.
whoever that resonates with is going to go deeper down the rabbit hole. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people aren't going to do that. Some people might resonate with the beginning, but once you go to like different aspects of things, some people be like, "All right, that's where I like draw the line with."
What about like alkaline water and sodas? If my man just drinks sodas, I know I need to get this nigga on alkaline water because I'm like, bro, no matter what, I know through some type of way in life, at least if you drink more of this and you drink more of that, you may at least have fucking 9 more months of life. You
But when
feel
it
me?
comes to water, I would recommend distilled water rather than alkaline water because once you like drink too much alkaline water, it neutralizes the acid. I did it. I was vegan for 10 years, so like shit fucked up
No, I
my
mean
digestive
something better
system.
than
You know what I'm saying?
sodas.
So like when you drink too much alkaline water, it neutralizes the acid in your stomach, and that fucks up your digestive system. So in the
But I'm saying
sense, they
something
both. You know
better
what I'm
than
No, but
saying?
sodas.
he's just saying like water being better than soda. So
Yeah,
I get what you're
water's way
saying.
better than soda. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
I
So do
mean, you
you?
gotta
Just from the
sacrifice.
sugar aspect.
I have to get the, my people off soda. Once I get that
Sacrifice.
enlightenment, that I like, oh, water is the fucking way.
Yeah, just get them off sugar. It's basically just
Only
sugar.
drink water with your mans. Like, see, the thing is, we don't
We
realize
gotta get us all off that sugar. Like, why not? Why would that not? Why would the enlightenment not teach me that? How could I say I have enlightenment, but then I have this knowledge and this enlightenment without having that belief system with it?
So like if I give you everything the keys to get off of sugar, it's up to you to get off of sugar. You know what I'm saying? You could lead the horse to the water, but you can't let the horse drink the water. You know what I'm saying? It's up to the horse if it wants to drink the water. So I could
and
give
it's
you all the
it's too
knowledge.
much access. It's too much access for knowledge nowadays. So me, I really don't have any like I'm not gonna sit here and say I don't have any empathy because I do teach. So like having the kids that I teach, it's like, dang, your mom ain't teach you this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, dang, all right, I guess I do gotta teach you how to tie your shoe. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you do have to have a level of it. But in some sense, like the kids, like I don't tie their shoe. Nah, you need your shoe tied. I'm gonna stand right here and watch you tie your shoe. Because the first time I taught you, the second time I showed you, the third time you should be practicing. Because if we keep baby enabling food stamp each other, like that's why we're so behind. We are behind as a culture and we stay behind because we don't sit here to take the time for ourselves.
I think it's the total opposite. Because
No.
you dressed it up pretty great for me. I literally think it's the
No,
total
no, no,
opposite.
no. You gotta think. Look at the we so selfish, but we not. We so
We
selfish
are
that we
so.
won't sacrifice the things that it takes just for us to be able to get stuff. Look at the Hispanic culture. They will stay in the house for 5 years, all packed up, and then own that house. We get in the house together, everybody on food stamps ain't got shit.
You know what you're missing out of that? They own their house because they start landscaping business and certain things, and then they're teaching that to the other ones. Some of them are smarter than others or more
Why aren't
educated
we
than
doing
others
any of that? Why?
because y'all just explain it to me. Because niggas
No.
don't want to make the horse drink the water.
No,
I
because
We
don't
can
that
think
make
that
that's the
that.
level,
We
case.
can
when you
make
speak
that
about
horse
that,
drink
we
that
were
water.
speaking about on the spiritual aspect. When you talk about that, it goes to like an economic aspect. So it's easier for them to do it because they could get like foreign like documentation to start a business, and they're not getting taxed. That's why it goes back to what you were saying earlier. Why do you see more carryouts for the Asian people, but when a black person owns a business, it's a church because it's 501(c), it's not taxed. If that black person wants to open up a carry out under their status, they'll be taxed way heavier than the Asian is on the carry out.
No, we
Just from
compete
this
amongst
standard.
each other too much. If I even come to with the knowledge, a nigga gonna try to make it seem like I know something, and he gonna still try to figure out how to do it by himself. We don't work together. So the problem is when we do have the knowledge, the next person don't come to say, okay, we're going to be a team. Co-ops right now, the reason why a lot of the businesses are thriving within Southeast, I can even say, is because they are cooperative businesses. They're working together. Okay, this is more the things that we have to do, but we're too lazy, bruh. I'm speaking of us. I'm not speaking of me or you, or you know what I'm saying. I'm just saying as our culture, like we don't sit there to take the necessary steps for us to have those businesses, like you said, for the Hispanics. Just because they got the foreign immunity doesn't mean that we don't still have access. And if we be having access as Washingtonians, or you know what I'm saying, residents. So it's not like we can't still get access to. It's just the fact that we don't go out of our way to make the way. We're waiting on somebody else, and nobody's coming to save us but us and self.
You already know how we do it. We can still kick it, but let me at least close the show. All right, man. Tonight we hit every corner of culture, from rap legends, streaming drama, prison reform, emotional cinema. But what matters the most, man, is all my great panelists coming together and giving their different perspectives. Y'all know I always love to play devil's advocate to make sure y'all expound on these beautiful points that you guys have. Make sure y'all please, man, check us every Tuesday, man, 9:30 sharp for the Sice Room to catch all the hot drama from culture to music to all of the area drama in the DMV. We're going to discuss it all. We appreciate y'all.